taking to the pitch tonight. The man who can tell us all of that is Joe Shannon, who's on commentary for us.
Well, yes, let's start with Chelsea, because Mauricio Pochettino has been boosted at least by the return of the enigmatic Cole Palmer. He has scored or assisted just under 48% of Chelsea's Premier League goals so far this season, so virtually involved in half of Chelsea's top flight goals in 23-24. Cole Palmer, he's back after illness following the Tuesday humbling at Arsenal. Enzo Fernandez, of course, out for the season after groin surgery. In fairness, and perhaps some mitigation to Pochettino, Chelsea are without 12 senior players after all sorts of injury concerns. The other two changes, Thiago Silva and Chalobah come in. Disasi and Gilchrist drop to a bench for Chelsea that contains 5 teenagers. The Chelsea side in full. Petrovic is the goalkeeper. Chalobah, Thiago Silva, Badiashile and Cucurella. Gallagher and Caicedo holding. Madueke, Palmer and Mudryk behind Jackson up front. And this is the Chelsea substitutes bench tonight at Villa Park. 2 goalkeepers, Bettinelli and 18-year-old Ted Kern. The rest of the Chelsea subs, Cassidy, just 6 appearances for Chelsea. Young Alfie Gilchrist, who only made his first Premier League start in midweek. Disasi, and then 18-year-old Tyreek George, 17-year-old Joshua Achiampong, 17-year-old Keanu Dyer, 18-year-old David Washington. For Aston Villa, well, what an opportunity this is for Unai Emery's side to secure Champions League football, and of course with their exploits in Europe as well. No wonder Villa were so keen to tie Unai Emery down to a new deal, and they did that in the week. He'll be here until at least 2027. They start the evening 6 points.
talkSPORT 2, please.
talkSPORT 2 from News Broadcasting. And jump in the pool. Parents, sunbeds, and a book. Kids, water slides. Then Kids Club. Parents' quiet time. Best day ever. With room options and activities for everyone. Your next family getaway sorted. Book online, on the app, or in store. TUI. Live happy. ATOL protected.
It's game on coming this summer. Hear unrivaled coverage of UEFA Euro 2024 live on talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2. Unbelievable. The biggest football tournament in Europe, driven by the passion and prowess of the world's biggest sports radio station. Oh, yes! Broadcasting unmissable output, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week throughout the entire tournament.
What a magnificent finish!
UEFA Euro 2024 Germany, coming soon to talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2. It's the totally immersive football experience.
Touch it at the near post!
EFL Game Day Live
On talkSPORT 2.
It's been about as unpredictable as the great British weather. Even satellite imagery hasn't been able to forecast the final outcome of this season's Championship promotion race. But with Leicester City finally securing their place in the Premier League, the question is who's going to join them and who's heading for the playoffs. We might have a better idea in a few hours from now. Welcome to the MKM Stadium for Hull City versus Ipswich Town in the EFL Championship. Shares delivery high into the penalty area, and it's number 4, and this time it's Sam Field, and the champagne corks will be popping all over Leicester. The Foxes are returning to the Premier League.
They just came up against a team that was hungrier and better in all departments tonight. That's the truth of it.
It has all gone wrong for Leeds here tonight. In a match they had to win, they are 4-0 down. You just can never sit comfortably in the Championship. Lee Davis in the end cuts it into the penalty area. The goal has gone in. And Connor Chaplin has his goal. Back across, a miscue. Sarmiento, it's in! Sarmiento has poked it into the corner. This is absolutely incredible. I don't believe my eyes.
I think everyone feels refreshed and I said just excited for, fantastic games ahead starting with Hull on Saturday night.
It's been an incredible season at the top of the Championship, but the most significant moments are still to come. As Nigel Adderley says there, it has been the most incredible season in the Championship, and we are now almost at its climax. The business end of the season, Leicester City already into the Premier League, and all the headlines after that result last night were that Leicester were going up again. But in the background, Ipswich were rubbing their hands with the fact that they now, already they had it in their own hands, but they really do have it in their own hands now, here at the MKM Stadium against Hull City. 5 points from the last 3 games, and Ipswich will be promoted back to the Premier League for the first time in more than 20 years. But it's worth noting that Hull City still have a shout at the playoffs. Let me run through the team news. First of all, one change for Hull City from their win in midweek against Coventry, and it comes in attack. Liam Delap drops to the bench to be replaced by Ozan Tufan. So we expect Hull to line up as follows, with Allsop in goal, Slater, Jones, Greaves and Jacobs across the back, Irma, Morton, Seri and Philogene across the midfield, with Carvalho playing slightly ahead of them and behind Tufan. It could be that might be the other way round. As for Ipswich, 2 changes from their last game, which was Middlesbrough a fortnight ago, and one of them is certainly something of a shock. The other is a little surprising. Both Wes Burns and George Hurst have been out with hamstring injuries. In Burns' case for 6 weeks, in Hurst's case since Boxing Day. They start in place of Ali Al-Hamadi and Jeremy Sarmiento. So the 2 changes for Ipswich mean that it's Hladky in goal, Twanzebe, Wolfenden, Burgess and Davis at the back, Morsey the captain and Luongo the holding midfielders, Hutchinson, Chaplin and Burns behind Hurst, who had a very good first half to the season. Let's see what he can produce tonight. My name is Mike Saul. I'm alongside the former Leeds manager Neil Redfern, and you obviously had a close eye on that game last night. It's handed the initiative in both hands to Ipswich, hasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, Mike. I mean, it was a result and probably a performance that nobody expected. Looking at the performance, I thought QPR were excellent on the night. Ball speed, limited touches, dangerous round the box, looked a real threat, and Leeds just looked a little bit leggy, and they've just, the form has been hit and miss in recent weeks, and it's probably come at a bad time, and like you say, it probably handed Ipswich the initiative at this moment.
If Ipswich were to win here and win at Coventry, then Leeds have got no more say in the automatic promotion because they'll be in the playoffs and Ipswich will be up. Do you think Ipswich are capable of winning here and Coventry?
Well, I think they're capable. I think they've proved they're capable all season. I mean, you've got a capable young manager in Kieran McKenna. He's got a really strong identity across his team. They're playing well. The form's patchy, if I'm honest. You know what I mean? 2 draws and a loss in the last 3 games. But they're a side that's capable of going and beating teams. They're a side that's capable of scoring goals. So this is going to be a tough one for them tonight, Hull City. I've seen quite a bit of Hull City this season. Really distinctive style, play at times, take chances, take risks. So I'm looking forward to this game.
Hull start the night 3 points behind West Brom, who were beaten today at Sheffield Wednesday. So they've got a big incentive themselves. The realistic possibility is that they really need to get a draw here, don't they?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I look, obviously, the 3 points behind West Brom. The goal difference is a problem for Hull City, obviously. It's an 11-goal swing, with West Brom having 20 goals plus and Hull City on 9. But, if they can get past Ipswich tonight and really put the foot in the door, then there's a realistic opportunity for Hull to pass West Brom. But, again, it's a big ask.
Well, the MKM Stadium is filling up. Liam Rossigno asked for the fans to pack the house for this evening's game. It will be a fantastic atmosphere. There are around 2,000 Ipswich fans who have made the very long trip up from Suffolk to be here. So a big night for Ipswich. 2 games in hand on Leeds United, and the Tractor Boys sit only 1 point behind them into table as they close in on successive promotions. It's worth pointing out they were in League One last season. Let's hear from their manager Kieran McKenna now, and with his side having had a 2-week break between games, he feels they're refreshed and ready to go tonight.
It's very unusual to have a break at this time of the season. We've tried to make it work in our favour. As I've said, the outcome will in the end up and determine what the interpretation of it is, but we're confident we've used the break really well. As I said, the focus in the training session has been really good. We've kept it competitive right the way through the 2-week block, because it's important to keep those parts of our culture, of the players and the brains working really well. we've trained hard at times. We've also had some days and a couple of blocks of days after the Middlesbrough game that we were able to come off the players a little bit. So yeah, I think everyone feels refreshed and I said just excited for fantastic games ahead, starting at Ipswich on Saturday night.
Ipswich Town manager Kieran McKenna ahead of this live commentary, listening to the EFL Championship live on talkSPORT 2 with McDonald's Order McDelivery on the McDonald's app and get tasty reward points. 18 plus, terms and conditions apply.
EFL Live on talkSPORT 2 with McDonald's. How's this for a tasty lineup? A McCrispy and a strawberry milkshake. Order McDelivery now on the McDonald's app and get tasty reward points delivered too. 18 plus. Rewards account required. Participating restaurants. Subject to availability. Delivery fees and terms apply.
Not shopped at Ocado, but you've heard it's the best. Now you can shop for 25% less. And groceries delivered free to your address. There's an Ocado just for you.
First-time customer, get 25% off your grocery shop and free delivery.
There's an Ocado just for you.
New customers only. Minimum spend £60. Max saving £20. Geographical restrictions apply. Conditions at ocado.com. Verify at info@ocadoretail.com.
Let me introduce one coat everywhere. So you paint. One coat everywhere. Bedrooms, bathrooms, backrooms. One coat everywhere. Shelving, ceiling, stripes. One coat everywhere. No second coat. One coat. You get it, right? One coat everywhere from Ron Seal. Does exactly what it says on the tin. Obviously, it can't be used literally everywhere. Surfaces may be prepped, seated for limitations.
90 seconds and you're done. Yes, just 90 seconds. That's how long it takes to shave your head with the Pitbull from Skull Shaver. Shave your head, face or body, wet or dry. You're only seconds away from a super smooth shave. That's the power of Pitbull. Skull Shaver products have over 100,000 five-star reviews worldwide and 30 days money-back guarantee. 90 seconds and you're done. Try the Pitbull from skullshaver.co.uk. Skull Shaver, the time saver.
Have you heard the energy price cap is changing? I still don't really know what it is or what it actually means for my bills. I can't keep up with it all. Does it drive you mad?
No, mate. I'm with British Gas, so I'm already beating the price cap. I'll get the drinks in.
Don't worry, you don't have to know everything about the energy price cap. Because at British Gas, we're keeping our prices below the April cap with our fixed price tariff. And if we release an even better fixed tariff in the future, you can switch for free. Search British Gas tariffs. Eligibility and T's and C's apply. You can sense the glory.
What a night!
The semi-finals, where each match is epic. It's unscripted.
Wow, listen to the shock of all shocks.
Spontaneous drama.
This is astonishing!
This is where the season is defined. Every game.
What a story!
Totally unmissable. The UEFA Champions League, Europa League and Conference League semi-finals. Only on TNT Sports.
The PGA Zurich Classic of New Orleans, live on talkSPORT 2, tonight from 10. As the world's golfing elite go head-to-head at the TPC Louisiana, hear full swing-by-pitch-by-putt commentary of all the action direct from Avondale, Louisiana. The PGA Zurich Classic of New Orleans, tonight from 10, live on talkSPORT 2. Join the Football Collective.
EFL Game Day Live
on talkSPORT 2.
Welcome back to the MKM Stadium in Hull for Hull City against Ipswich Town in the EFL Championship. It's now time to get the latest odds with William Hill. The latest markets: Hull City to win 9-5, Ipswich to win 11-8. The draw is 12-5. The enhanced odds: Carvalho to have over one shot on target was 3-1. It's now 7-2. First half, both teams to score was 11-4. Now it's 10-3. That's all thanks to William Hill. Get epic value all season with William Hill. 18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
In the Zone on talkSPORT 2 with official betting partner William Hill, giving you the tools for positive play. Take time to think and know your limits.
18 plus. BeGambleAware.org.
Well, Nigel Adderley was alongside the former Ipswich Town striker Sam Parkin for our live commentary of QPR's 4-0 win over Leeds United last night, and the pair discussed the pressure that now falls upon Ipswich's shoulders to take advantage of Leeds' heavy defeat.
It's difficult to see it now, isn't it? Just after witnessing that, but the last few weeks have been crazy. It's difficult to predict anything. We know that in this league, especially the way that it's moved around this season. But I mean, it'd be amazing to know what the sense is in the Ipswich camp now, in their hotel, as they prepare for that colossal game now next week. And we spoke about it towards the end of the commentary, Hugh. It's different dynamic now, isn't it? The pressure is on them, possibly for the first time this season. And you know, any Ipswich fan would have taken consolidation this year. There's been no suggestion that they were going to be able to stay the pace with these two. Now it's on them, isn't it? They are the favourites, the clear favourites to do it. So,
and this is an opportunity that may not come around again for a few years.
Of course, yeah. That's always the case, isn't it? When you get a runner like this, when you get a story like this, the reality is teams will improve next year. The teams that come down, it's unlikely they'll be able to be as strong as they are this campaign. So yeah, absolutely, that's going to be a test of those players tomorrow. Can they maintain what has been an unbelievable achievement when the pressure is really on and it really matters? And that is absolutely the case tomorrow when they kick that game off.
They were runners-up in League One last season, Neil. Are you as surprised as many that we're now talking about Ipswich for automatic promotion? In other words, finishing second in the Championship.
Yeah, I mean, it's been absolutely amazing achievement, to be honest with you. I think obviously Kieran McKenna's got to take a lot of credit. I think the players, you know, there's still some there that were involved in the promotion last season. They've recruited well. They've recruited well for the level, Ipswich. And they've still kept their identity. You know, for a young manager to do that in such a short space of time is nothing short of phenomenal. I mean, I looked. He's got a 57% win ratio. His 128 games, he's got 73 wins, which is an unbelievable achievement. So he's proved that he's capable of keeping this momentum going, and it'd be interesting to see.
And it's worth pointing out that Ipswich, as a club, 5 years ago, they were just floating around. It was all very much of a meander through League One as it was. But now they have purpose. They have really good structure in the background. They've got investment. If they get promoted, they're going to have £105 million to play with. And I think one thing that Kieran McKenna will need to do is he will need to improve that squad. With no disrespect to the squad that's there now, he does need to improve it if he's going to go up to the best league in the world.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's a gulf between the Premier League and the Championship. You know, I've played in both, and it's different worlds, to be honest with you. So they're going to have to recruit well. But what Ipswich Town have done really well, they've picked a young manager that's got a really strong identity, and I would have thought that identity will still be there, even in the Premier League. You know, and I think they'll recruit around that identity, but obviously there's still a lot of way to go. You know, there's games to play, but they are in the box seat, Ipswich, so, you know, they're all to play for.
Well, it's not only a big night for Ipswich in the promotion race, but also for the home side, Hull City, as a win would take them level on points with West Brom in that final playoff spot ahead of the final weekend of the season. The Tigers boss, Liam Rossignol, has been left incredibly proud of his players and hopes his side can have a strong end to the campaign.
In the process, and it takes time. It takes time to build something, you know, when the players' understanding of what we want, not just from a tactical point of view, their engagement, their connections as people. We signed 7 players in January. That means a lot, you know, to come to a new club, new environment, new surroundings, new teammates, new staff members. We're in a really good place. I'm really, really proud of the work that everyone's done throughout the season. I'm really, really proud of this team, and hopefully we can keep that level of performance going into the next 2 games.
Kieran McKenna is 37 years of age, Neil. Liam Rossignol, 39, so another 30-something. What he has done has been impressive too.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, this is really good for, you know, for the English game. That we've got 2 really talented young managers that, you know, that are making a way in the game and doing well. You know, I've seen a lot of Hull City. Again, another manager with a strong identity. If you look at Hull City, they're strong at risk-taking. It's that risk and reward scenario. You know, they're prepared to put the ball at risk to do it. But I've been really impressed with how they've played this season. You know, they're a good side to watch. They have got limitations, but they've managed them limitations really well.
Their last promotion was when they won the Championship playoff 8 years ago. No, it's 8 years. It doesn't. Unlike Ipswich, it's more than 20. It's still 8 years for Hull City. What prospect do you hold them having? If they make the playoffs, if they can squeeze in, do you give them much hope against Leeds or Ipswich or Southampton, Norwich?
Yeah, I mean, on a one-off, absolutely, yes, because I think what they've got, they're a little bit unpredictable by the fact that, like I said, they take risks and they play out and they play through the lines. They're a difficult side to nail down. They rotate in midfield. They'll push full-backs on and go with the back three. They're so unpredictable. They're such a good side to watch. And I think on the day, they're a side really that's going to come into the playoffs if they do with absolutely nothing to lose. They've done absolutely brilliantly this season. So really, it's almost like a free hit for them. You know, they wouldn't have expected this so early on in Liam Mazzini's reign.
What about the Championship season as a whole? It's been enthralling from start to almost the finish.
Yeah, I mean, for me, the Championship, I mean, look, the Premier League's an elite league, don't get me wrong, and there's some fantastic players, world-class players playing the trade in the Premier League, but the Championship for me, as a watch or a listen through the season, you know, it's probably one of the most interesting leagues in the world for me, because it's got everything, you know, and the interest goes right to the end of the season. It's at both ends of the table. We've seen that today, you know, managers and supporters and you know, pundits been on the edge of the seats waiting for results to come through. You know, and it captures the imagination. You know, we've got a game in front of us tonight which will definitely fit in that category.
Neil Redfern, former Leeds United manager, alongside myself, Mike Saul, on talkSPORT 2, the EFL Championship, live with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on McDonald's app to get tasty reward points. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. We're just waiting now for the arrival of the two teams below us here at the MKO. What a fantastic atmosphere. It's almost a packed house. And we've got a wonderful view above the spotlights along the top of the stand on the far side. There are two arched floodlight pillars just poking through the bluey grey night, which is about to descend upon Hull as we look into the distance. But our focus is down below us. We have a wonderful view from up here. This is one of the best views in the country.
Yeah, brilliant. It's brilliant. It's a great view, and I think what you get here as well is you get a sense of, you know, tactically what's going on for the players, for both sets of managers. It doesn't surprise me that, you know, a lot of head coaches sit in the stands so they can get a better view, but, you know, this is a really great viewing point.
And it's worth saying as well that I've got 4 layers on tonight. It's the 27th of April. We shouldn't be sat here in 4 layers, even though it is the evening here on Humberside. Hull City 3 points behind West Bromwich Albion, who are in the final playoff place. A win would take them level. They really do need a point to keep it going to the final day. And they and Ipswich Town, who are chasing automatic promotion, emerge from the tunnel below us. The amber of Hull City on the right, the royal blue of Ipswich on the left, as they cross the threshold, so to speak. They know after a long, demanding season that they are almost there. Automatic promotion versus promotion via the playoffs. It couldn't be teed up any better.
No, it couldn't, you know, and the good thing about this game, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be this sort of an occasion, you know, you've got two managers that prepare to put their sides out and pit the wits against one another. Both sides will play, you know, with real flair. Both are capable of scoring goals. We've seen that, you know, and I think for both young managers at this point to be in this part of the season, to be in, you know, in the playoffs or in the promotion hunt, is nothing short of fantastic.
Flames are emerging on the far side from the pyrotechnics. There are 5 different cannons putting out the flames, making the intensity even greater than it already is. The two sets of players shaking hands as they greet each other ahead of this game. Let me run through the two teams ahead of tonight. Hull City have made just one change from their midweek win at Coventry. Liam Delap drops to the bench to be replaced by Ozan Tufan. So Hull will line up with all up in goal. Slater, Jones, Greaves and Jacob across the back. Irma, Morton, Seri and Philogene across the midfield. Carvalho we expect to be just in front of that four-man midfield and behind Tufan. So a 4-4-1-1 formation, which might have a little bit of fluidity. As for Ipswich, 2 changes from their last game, which was 2 weeks ago against Middlesbrough, a 1-1 draw at Portman Road. Wes Burns and George Hurst have been out for 6 weeks and 4 months respectively with hamstring injuries. Start tonight in place of Ali Al-Hamadi and Jeremy Sarmiento. So it's Halanki in goal, Twanzebe, Wolfenden, Burgess and Davis across the back. Morsey the captain and Luongo in the defensive midfield roles, with Hutchinson, Chaplin and Burns behind Hurst. What do you make of a player coming in at such an important point in the season, having been out for 4 months with a hamstring injury?
Yeah,
it's worth pointing out Hurst had a fantastic first half of the season.
Yeah, he did. You know, and obviously in that period he was Ipswich Town's talisman. It is a risk, but I think that what you get with young managers, you get calculated risk takers. You know, we've spoke about Liam Rosini and how his side plays. I think from Kieran McKenna's point of view, it's a brave move. He obviously feels that's the right way forward for Ipswich. You know, it's not as if they're bringing unproven players in, they're bringing proven players back in. Obviously, you know, an hamstring injury is quite a significant injury, so there is some risk to it, but I would have thought it's a good move.
Just having some photographs inside the centre circle with the mascots and various other guests tonight. The 2 captains are also involved. Ipswich Town in a huddle to the left, and Hull City spread out across the right-hand half of the field. It's a cold but dry night on Humberside. Conditions are ideal for what is such an important game. This is Hull City's penultimate match of the season, their last home game of the regular season. I have to point out the word regular season. They might be back again in the playoffs. Ipswich, they've got 2 more games to come. Coventry in midweek, away from home, and then Huddersfield at home on the very last day. 5 points is what they're after. It's a great atmosphere inside here as we hear Elvis ringing around the stadium, being supported by about 23,000 Hull City fans.
Yeah, great song. Obviously everybody's taking part. It's a fantastic occasion for both sets of supporters. You know, it's great when your side's had a good season and you get into the finale now and everything's at stake. Lots to play for. Fantastic for the supporters.
This is what it's all about. All those long trips, all those tough encounters during the course of the season. It's all coming down to the business end now at Hull, and it's Ipswich Town in their traditional blue shirts with white sleeves, white shorts and blue socks, who get this game underway, attacking the goal away to our right. Hull City in amber attacking the goal away to the left, and it's Ipswich who have possession on the far side. They're left with Massimo Luongo, and then it's pushed out towards the touchline where Leif Davis sends it into the penalty area, but the touch on by Hurst finds Omari Hutchinson in an offside position. Wes Burns starts on the right, Hutchinson on the left in support of Hurst.
Yeah, I mean, you thought that, you called that before the start, Mike, to be fair. I just think from Ipswich's point of view, they've got a good feel for the game, started well, got on the front foot, they played forward quickly. You know, from Hull City's point of view, they're just looking to settle at this moment in time.
Where better place to be than with talkSPORT 2 for the climax to the EFL Championship. Ipswich have possession on the far side, just inside the Hull City half. It's lifted high up by Leif Davis, headed away by Jacob Greaves, the Hull City captain. And eventually it finds its way to the near side. And as you can hear from the roars around us, we're surrounded by Hull City fans. The ball has gone out for a Hull throw, which is taken very quickly and sent back to their goalkeeper, Ryan Alsop, dressed in all bright pink. Václav Hladký, his counterpart at the other end, in a much more sombre, more neutral, dark grey and black. Hull City have a throw on the far side.
Yeah,
just
looking at the start, Mike, and they've really started high. Ipswich Town, more or less every blue and white shirts in that Hull half, and you know they've set the stall out to press Hull City, make it difficult for them.
Well, Ipswich were renowned for their fast starts in the first half of the season. I'll have it now, though. Near side as we look. Neat little back heel by Tufan to find Philogene. One or two little tricks to retain possession. Is met with applause from the home fans, and it's now on the far side of the field, the Hull right, with Alfie Jones. Carefully, it's guided back to Allsop, who's outside his own penalty area, and then eventually down the line to Irma.
Yeah, if you just look at the setup now for Hull as well, Mike, they've adopted the same shape. They've basically pushed Ryan Slater right up the pitch as a right back. They've gone to a back three, which looked like a back four to begin with. They've done it every time I've seen them, Hull City. They like to get the ball down that right-hand side if they can, try and overload.
One problem Ipswich have had this season is that while they are one of the highest scorers, I think they might be the second highest scorers behind Leicester, they've struggled to keep clean sheets until lately. Hutchinson away from his marker, left-hand angle of the penalty area. Burns wants it played in, it's not going to reach him because it strikes a Hull City player, but that's the first promising move of the game after 3 minutes where it remains 0-0.
Yeah, he's looked really bright already, Amari Hutchinson. Great feet, so lively, quick over short distances, and he's really made an impression in the early parts of this game.
2002 was the last time Ipswich Town played in the Premier League. It's been a long time coming if they can do it over the next 3 games. Hull City, though, have their own agenda. They want to be involved in the playoffs at the end of this season. They want to snatch that last spot off either West Brom or possibly Norwich City. If they were to lose here tonight, Norwich would be in the playoffs for definite, and West Brom would be all but there due to their goal difference. So Hull, realistically, need at least a point here. Played through central midfield, into the Ipswich half, away to our left, and now out wide to the near side, where Tufan is waiting, at the angle of the penalty area. Back heel to the left, crossed in low by Matthew Jacob, and out on this near side for a throw into Hull City. The ball lands at the feet of the Ipswich manager, Kieran McKenna, who very nonchalantly just flicks it around the back of his standing leg. And it's Jacob who's going to take the throw, midway inside the Ipswich half. 4.5 minutes played at the MKM Stadium. Hull 0, Ipswich 0 on talkSPORT 2. Greaves across the halfway line to find Jones, and now it's with Irma. It's incessant noise, Neil.
Yeah, it is. I mean, this is a good response from Hull City, Mike. They've really started to stamp the authority on the game. They've built so well, got runners forward, overloaded in wide areas. And for Ipswich Town this moment in time, it's just about having a low block and denying that space in behind.
Eventually a long ball over the top from Jacob Greaves. Doesn't reach any of his teammates, and it's harmlessly through for an Ipswich goal kick to be taken by their Czech goalkeeper Václav Hladký, an ever-present in the Championship this season. He's played every single minute of every game, and he sends it high to this near side. Headed down this right flank by Wes Burns, back after 6 weeks out with a hamstring injury. It's back at his feet again, short of the halfway line. It's very congested in that area, and eventually it's moved out of that particular part of the field to the far side, where it's at the feet of Abdush Irma, and then into the centre circle. Seri to Matty Jacob. Burns slips to pantomime cheers from the Hull City fans. Philogene, left edge of the penalty area. Step over away from Twanzebe, but he's overrun the ball. And out for another Ipswich goal kick.
Yeah, I mean, it's good build-up initially. It's great timing, to be fair, from Fabio Cavallo. He just comes off in that 10 slot, gets turned, rolls the ball out to Philogene, Jaden Philogene, and that's where he does his best work, taking full-backs off, going down the outsides. He just overruns it on that occasion, but much better from Hull City.
Hurst unable to hold possession, so Hull City have it back midway inside the Ipswich half. Luongo slides in, but Irma wins it, heads towards the penalty area on the right. Hull City threatening here. It's clipped into the box. Tufan is there. Hladky initially looked like he hadn't got it, but the ball spun up and bounced into his arms.
Yeah, that's really brave goalkeeping from Hladky, because he's not pulling out of that, Ozan Tufan. He's going straight for the ball. He's got eyes on the ball, but the goalkeeper comes out really bravely, gets something on it and gets it on the second attempt. But a good little ball into the box. They've looked quite bright now, Hull City.
Another thing to point out is that if Ipswich lose here tonight, as Leif Davis chases down a ball which is going to be shielded by Greaves, but he's actually been unable to hold off Davis, who then wins the corner. It's worth pointing out that if Ipswich were to lose here, then Leicester, they can win the championship title on Monday night at Preston. That game is exclusively on talkSPORT 2, live commentary with Mark Wilson and former England defender Mickey Gray. We have an Ipswich corner on the far side, 0-0 at the MKM Stadium. Leif Davis will take it. It'll be a left-footed delivery, an outswinger. Plenty of players moving around inside the Hull City penalty area, away to our right, including Connor Chaplin. They then break away from a bunch. It's flicked on by Burns, pushed away by Seri, I think it is, and now it's at the feet of Luke Wolfenden.
Yeah.
Sorry, Nick.
Yeah, I'm just saying that the zonal marking from the corner there, mate, wasn't convincing, to be honest with you. It's a decent ball in. Could have made more of that, Ipswich.
From distance, Morsey tries a shot and it's palmed away by the two hands of Ryan Allsop. That was a good 30 yards out.
Yeah, he's a fantastic striker of the ball. To be fair, he's Sam Morsey. Takes no backlift, really well struck, and it's a good save from Allsop. He has to get across and palm that away.
Another Ipswich corner, again from the far side. Way away to our right. The right arm is lifted by Davis. Left-footed, he sent it to the edge of the 6-yard area. Headed out by Jacob, only to the edge of the box. Trying to manoeuvre for space is Amari Hutchinson. Back out to the left. Cut back by Davis. Hutchinson inside the area. Doesn't really get behind his shot. It's sort of hit into the turf. And now Morsey can start again. Luongo down the left. Davis, time to look up. Flicked away off the head of Jacob. 25 yards out, just to the left of centre. Morsey to Luongo, who delivers the cross. Headed back in by Burgess. Brought down by Twanzebe, who stayed forward, but eventually Hull City have it, and Ipswich are slightly out of position here, but they do have numbers back defending.
Yeah, that's been a good spell of pressure from Ipswich Town. Really patient round the box. I loved how the way they built. They got that arc shape where they could recycle it and go down the other side. But it's also well defended by Hull. I mean, anything early on in this game has been really keenly contested.
Almost 10 minutes played. It's Hull City 0, Ipswich Town 0. Ipswich looking to get automatic promotion to the Premier League. Hull City trying to get into the playoffs at the end of the season. And they have it with Matty Jacob, but he loses possession, then wins it back before being fouled by Burns. And it's a free kick right in front of Liam Rosinia, who's in conversation with the fourth official tonight, who is Rebecca Welsh. Rosinia, son of Leroy Rosinia. Did you play against Leroy?
I did play against Leroy, yeah. Fantastic striker in his time.
I wonder if he's here tonight to watch his son, as Jacob sends the free kick down the line, and it'll just curl out of play for an Ipswich throw deep inside their own half. No wins in their last 3 games, Ipswich. 2 draws, including the last one against Middlesbrough a fortnight ago. Prior to that, they'd won 9 of 10 in the Championship. They were on a really good run, but as we've seen, Ipswich, Leeds and Leicester have all faltered at some point.
Yeah, and I think probably they'd take comfort in that, the fact that it's happened to all 6 of them at some point.
Ipswich defending just outside their own penalty area. Eventually it's hooked away by Axel Twanzebe to the halfway line. Hurst to the feet of Chaplin, and that's a terrific, strong challenge coming in from Tyler Morton. And Hull have possession now, inside the Ipswich half on the far side. No goals as yet, but plenty of commitment, as was summed up by that challenge from Morton. And it's important they don't give Chaplin much time on the ball.
No, I mean, he's so bright at picking up balls in space and in between the lines. You know, he's got that turn of pace to get away from players. I just watched his movement earlier on there. He's just pulling off John Michael Serry, who's been a really top performer for Hull City this season.
Cameron Burgess has just taken a swipe at a clearance, and luckily for him, the ball has ended up back in the arms of his goalkeeper, Václav Platky. Hull are unbeaten in 5, 3 wins, 2 draws, so they're in a good run of form at the moment, timing it just right, but they really need to get something out of this game, otherwise their prospects of making the playoffs will be very remote. Davis is charging down the far side, runs past a bright orange balloon that's floating around inside the Hull City half. We don't want balloons getting in the way of football, do we?
Not really. No, it's not a good
beach
look.
balls or anything like that.
Really, I tell you what, fantastic pace from Leif Davis there. I mean, I've seen a lot of him from his time at Leeds United, and you know, he didn't get much game time there, but when he did play, he does have a turn of pace. They showed it there. It's a straight line ball and a straight run. Did his opposition number round Slater for pace easily.
Davis's deliveries from that left-hand side have been very important this season. He's scored a couple of goals himself. He's played in all bar 3 of their championship games this season. He's been a stalwart for Ipswich Town. I guess the concern for Ipswich is if they don't go up, the likes of Davis and even their manager may well be courted by Premier League clubs.
Yeah, I think the big one's the manager, isn't it? Obviously, Ollie Young made a fantastic start of his time at Ipswich Town. You know, he's charging towards back-to-back promotions. I mean, that's got to take the eye.
As they finished behind Plymouth in League One last season, they collected 98 points during that campaign. They can get 98 points this season as well if they win these 3 remaining games. Hull have possession on the far side. Goalless here on Humberside. 13 and a half minutes played. talkSPORT 2 bringing you live commentary from the EFL Championship. Here come Hull. Philogene though gets the ball stuck under his feet, and Ipswich can try to break away, but what's noticeable is about Hull is that no sooner do Hurst or Burns or Chaplin or Hutchison get the ball, a Hull player is on them like a shot.
Yeah, it's a risk take, which obviously Liam Rosini is really keen on with his players. He likes them to get on the front foot and get close to the opposition. I mean, that's a really good move. It's all on 1 and 2 touch. Ball speed's fantastic. It's difficult for Ipswich to get close to that.
Hull enjoying a fair amount of possession so far as the ball goes all the way back to their goalkeeper, Ryan Allsop. His 14th professional club, Allsop. Pretty impressive to get into the Premier League. Ipswich have a throw on the halfway, and just a moment's respite and a small amount of calm inside this stadium.
You can almost see the players just taking a breather, can't you? Just for, you know, a few seconds. But both sides have made a really good start, I have to say.
Luongo loses out to Abdou Sherma, and it's now in centre field with John Michael Serry. A quarter of an hour played. We await a goal. It's carefully all the way back to Allsop. Just looks around for options and plays it short to his captain, Jacob Greaves. Hull-born and bred. It would mean more to him than anyone in that squad if he was to gain promotion to the Premier League. Not just the fact that he's from this area, but he's the captain of the team as well. Ipswich have possession. Neil.
Yeah, I was just thinking that I played with his dad, Jacob Greaves, at Boston United. He was another good player. He started at Hull City, so he's got tradition here in the family. And like you say, I mean, it'd be a fantastic achievement for him as captain to, you know, to lead his side into the playoffs if that's possible for the club. But just looking here early on, I mean, you just feel that they've got a threat on the break. Ipswich Town, they've shown a couple of times now where they've broke at times and had the numbers on Hull City.
Often the ball is going in towards Hurst, who can then lay it off to the likes of Chaplin or Burns. That particular pass towards Chaplin is a little bit awry. It's picked up by Liam Rosenia, dressed casually in a light overcoat, hands in pockets, a grey pullover. He stands about 20 feet away from Kieran McKenna in grey slacks and a black jacket. Jacob, infield. Morton further on, heading towards the midway area of the Ipswich half, but Morsey is in there, battling away for possession. Hull are forced back to their captain Greaves, and an early pass down the line. Wolfenden hits it into the crowd, taking no chances.
Yeah, I mean, there's aspects of Ipswich Town that have really impressed me. You know, I mean, obviously they like to get the ball down and play. That is a fact. But you know, if you've got to defend, you've got to defend. And at times, you know, they're ruthless. They just get close, they get tight, they get tackles in. It's got to go in Rose Head. They'll do it. They must be mindful of keeping clean sheets, because it has been their Achilles heel this season.
High ball up towards the halfway line, which Hurst is unable to keep in his possession. Hull then have it, they then lose it, and Ipswich fire it forward towards Hurst. There's a free man in the middle here, if Hurst can see Amari Hutchinson, but he had to get the ball under control first. Now on this near side, the Ipswich right, back to Chaplin, and now Burns goes round the outside of Philogene, cuts it infield, 25 yards out to the right of centre. Chaplin's ball in, strikes the backside of Hurst, and falls into the path of Irma. Thumped down the line by Jacob, only as far as Twanzebe. It's not the most fluid of games, but it's certainly competitive.
Yes, I mean, it's been really well contested. I wouldn't expect anything different for what's at stake. There has been little moments from both sides, you know, Philogene and Cavallo for Hull City, and Chaplin for Ipswich. Hurst had his moments as well. He's got real game craft. It's them type of players that's going to undo this.
Twanzebe's throw across the edge of the Hull penalty area. Back to Twanzebe on this near side, the Ipswich right. Burns is onside, heading towards the corner flag. Cut back to the angle on the right. Chaplin out wide again to Burns. Just a yard or two in from the touchline. His low cross takes a deflection, and it falls to the feet of George Hurst, who steers it away into the corner of the Hull City net. And Ipswich Town have an early lead at the MKM Stadium. George Hurst, on his return, makes it Hull City 0, Ipswich Town 1.
Well, what a fantastic bit of play by Wes Burns. Classic wing player, just dropped his shoulder, went down the outside, cut that ball back with pace, and it's a mistake from Jacob Greaves, just loses his man. George Hurst just doesn't need any more introductions. He just slams that ball past the goalkeeper, Ryan Allsop, and probably on the slight balance of play, you'd say Ipswich have deserved that.
It's gone down well in that corner. On the far side away to our left, there are about 2,000 Ipswich fans who've made the 4-hour or so journey up from Suffolk to be here tonight. And inside 20 minutes, their team are ahead. And as it stands, they're only 2 points off the Premier League.
Yeah, absolutely, you're right, Mike. You know, and I think as a start, they've been measured, they've competed. When it's been scrappy, the game, they've not been afraid to just go with it and put the foot in. You know, but when they've got an opportunity to get real quality into that box, fantastic win play by Wes Burns. I mean, he's had a great season. You know, and he picks his strike partner out, George Hurst, brilliantly. What a finish.
There's a long way to go in this game, but if it stayed this way, Ipswich could be promoted to the Premier League on Tuesday night away at Coventry. That game is live and exclusive on talkSPORT 2. Irma, Hull looking to respond immediately. They're down this near side, they're left, with Jaden Philogene. Back to Jacob. And now Morton from the halfway line checks and comes back this way. Ipswich pressing high up the pitch. Jones.
Good reaction to the goal, Mike. To be fair to Hull, they've not got their heads down. The connecting passes, trying to make it work.
Ipswich have it though, just short of the halfway line. You're listening to Hull versus Ipswich in the EFL Championship, live on talkSPORT 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the McDonald's app and get tasty reward points. 18 plus, terms and conditions apply. This season has never ceased to thrill. The Championship has been a fantastic watch all season, a great listen all season on talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2. The ball is at the feet of Ryan Allsop in the Hull City goal, beaten by that strike from George Hurst, who's not played since Boxing Day and has added to the 6 goals he'd scored in the Championship prior to that. What a return.
Yeah, I mean, I just look at Jacob Greaves. He won't be happy with his part in that goal because, you know, he picks up a great position opposite the near post. It's a good starting position, but he misses the ball. You know, he's got to try and get something on that and clear. It's not a difficult ball to clear, but to be fair, Hurst, he's Johnny on the spot and he's after it.
Hull have it. Midway inside their own half, under pressure from Ipswich Town. In particular, Sam Morsey. Now it's to the near side. More space for Hull City. Urged on by their home fans. Ozan Tufan into the Ipswich half, down the centre. Space here. Morton to the right-hand edge of the penalty area. Hull threatening here. Turn around on the edge of the box. Left-footed shot. Gladkey scrambles away to try and meet the effort from Fabio Carvalho. But in the end, it harmlessly goes wide.
Yeah, it's a good passage of play by Hull City. It's great wing play. Picks it up in a little pocket there. Tufan gets turned, drives well, picks his teammate out, Carvalho, and it's a decent effort. It's curled with his left foot towards the far corner. I think it's always going wide though, but it's been a good response by Hull City since the goal.
A worrying moment for Ipswich. Connor Chaplin, their playmaker, is down inside his own half. He doesn't look in any particular pain, but he needs some treatment. We've just passed the midway point of the first half. It allows several of the players to come to the near touchline to get refreshments and get some instructions from the two managers who've also taken their opportunity to get their words across. Rossinia very animated, McKenna less so, and not surprisingly his team have the lead. In addition to the games I mentioned that will be exclusively on talkSPORT 2 on Monday and Tuesday involving Leicester and Ipswich, we also have Champions League football on Tuesday and Wednesday. Bayern Munich against Real Madrid in the first leg of the semi-final of the Champions League. That's on talkSPORT. Adrian Durham will be at the CBS Arena because obviously Coventry are playing Ipswich. Commentary from Jim Proudfoot and Stuart Pearce on the Bayern game. And then on Wednesday it's Borussia Dortmund against Paris Saint-Germain. Again, semi-final first leg. Adrian presenting, Sam Matterface and Danny Mills, your commentary team. So plenty to look forward to over the next week and the coming weeks on talkSPORT and talkSPORT 2. We're into the final week of the regular season in the EFL Championship. And it's all coming down to this. All is what Ipswich want. The playoffs is what Hull City want. As it stands, Ipswich are heading back to the Premier League, but we have probably 70 minutes left of this game, and there have been so many twists and so many turns. It's been very difficult to predict.
Yeah, it has, and I think, to be fair, he's a brave man to predict from this point. I mean, I'm just looking at the stats, 66% possession, Hull City. But Ipswich are quite comfortable with that. You know, they've got themselves in a mid-block. It's quite predictable. But it's the expected goals. Ipswich have been really clinical because Hull City 0.34 to Ipswich's 0.14. You know, they haven't had many chances, Ipswich, but been really clinical when they have.
And they lead through George Hurst's 19th minute goal. The Hull fans on the near side were convinced that Axel Tuanzebe had run the ball out of play. The referee didn't think so. The referee, incidentally, is Andrew Kitchen, in all black tonight. As we like with referees, not having too much of a central role, just doing the job he needs to do and allowing the play to flow. Hull have it just shy of the halfway line. It comes square and infield to Greaves. Now Jacob, 15 yards short of the halfway line. Can't get the ball through to where he wanted it to, but it has eventually, via Carvalho, found Tyler Morton heading towards the penalty area, out to the right-hand side of the box. Now it's Irma, tries to cut it in towards Morton and Carvalho. It's off an Ipswich player. It's a Hull City corner, which they want to take quickly.
Yeah, it's a little bit worrying for Ipswich how they've cut through them a couple of times now. A little bit, you know, could get overloaded at times. Just the two central midfield players that are sat, obviously they've got the three attacking midfield players in front of that and Hurst down the middle, but at times they've been overloaded in there.
Right wing corner, outswinger, flicked away off the head of Wolfenden. Irma picks it up midway inside the Ipswich half. It's central at the moment. Seri delicately into the penalty area, headed down by Greaves, picked up just inside the edge of the box by Carvalho, whose shot is blocked by an Ipswich defender. The Hull City fans are appreciating the assertive nature of their team.
That's a great block by Leif Davis. He just reads it, comes out with his left back slot, gets across, and gets a block on it. But it's Hull City that's in the ascendancy at the moment.
But they trail by a goal to nil as Carvalho goes down under a challenge. The referee just tempted fate there, didn't they? We hardly noticed the referee, and now he's having to have a word with Axel Twanzebe, who committed the foul on Carvalho. Carvalho back on his feet.
Yeah, it's just a rash challenge, Mike, to be honest with you. You don't need to go into that, Axel Twanzebe. Started really well. I mean, he's made it difficult for Jaden Philogene on the left, who's a real talisman for Hull City. He's defending well, but that's rash, and it's giving Hull City a free kick in a really good position.
No card for Twanzebe, just a cautionary word from referee Kitchen. The free kick is about 5 yards in from the touchline on this near side, almost in line with the edge of the penalty area. So it's a good position to deliver a teasing cross when you've got your tall defenders like Greaves and Jones up for it. Irma and Morton are behind the free kick. It suits the left foot of Abdush Irma, and he'll deliver. It's a teasing one to the near post, and it looked from our angle that Ozone Tufan was going to glance that one in at the near post.
Fantastic ball by Irma. Fantastic ball, just teasing that Ipswich back line right across the 6-yard line. He's got to do more with that for me, Tufan, because if he gets anything on that, it's in the back of the Ipswich net.
Jacob to take the throw for Hull City, who trail by a goal to nil. George Hurst with the goal for Ipswich Town. He's a couple of yards short of the corner flag. He goes short to the edge of the area. Carvalho back to Jacob, who's now surrounded by Ipswich players. That's a fantastic delivery. Whipped in with his left foot, Stuart Pearce style, and then cleared away by Ipswich into the Hull City half, and they have to rebuild again from Allsop.
Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of pressure there for Ipswich to deal with, and they dealt with it well. But they've been buoyed by that, Hull City. Got the crowd up. 2 or 3 balls into the box. Shot that's been saved by the keeper. It's a good response.
Ipswich might have the lead, but Hull have had the majority of the ball.
Yeah, they have 69% possession. Tells a story. But I think what Ipswich have done really well. They've kept the shape. They've weathered the storm. They've made it difficult for Hull at times to play around the box.
Hurst has gone down injured inside the Ipswich half, but he's now getting on his haunches as it's won back by Hutchinson on the far side. Bearing down on Alfie Jones. Hutchinson goes around the outside of Jones to the edge of the area and then is brought down by the Hull City defender. It's a free kick, literally inches outside the box on the left.
Yeah, I mean, for me, he's been one of the standout players for Ipswich so far, and Mario Hutchinson's got a real turn of pace, good course control. I mean, I don't know what he's doing there, Alfie Jones, because he's sending it down the outside and he's not really going anywhere. He's not in a crossing position because he's got his body in the way of the ball. But he gives the foul away. This is a good position for Ipswich. Don't want to concede again here, Hull.
Not too dissimilar from Hull's free kick a moment ago. A little bit further forward and a little bit closer to the edge of the area. Half an hour has been played. Ipswich lead by a goal to nil. They want to extend that lead now with this free kick. 2 men in the Hull wall. Everybody else pretty much hanging around the penalty spot and the edge of the 6-yard area. Davis goes square. Chaplin tries to get his foot wrapped around the ball in Olivier Giroud fashion and then send it sort of behind him, but he couldn't quite make it.
Yeah, I mean, it's really inventive. It's a good cutback, and he leaves the pack. Chaplin, and he gets half a turn on it. He's unlucky with his left foot strike. It deflects wide for the corner, but there's 2 players at the edge of the box completely free for Ipswich. I don't know what Hull City was thinking there with the marking.
talkSPORT 2 live at the MKM Stadium. Ipswich corner to the near edge of the 6-yard area, and the ball just seemed to come out of a huddle of players, and Massimo Luongo was able to just throw himself in, but he couldn't divert it into the goal. He went beyond the far post.
Yeah, I just think he could have done a little bit better with that. I'm not sure if he realised he had that much time, but that was an opportunity, a real opportunity.
It's like the ball went into a scrum and then just popped out of the scrum into Luongo's path. They know about rugby league in these parts.
Yeah.
And rugby union. Olsson to the far side of the field. In it goes to Irma. Now Morton. Morton gets away from Davis. Then he beats Luongo, but Davis had already recovered to step in and play it back to Hladky. Driven up to the halfway line where Hurst is in, or it's actually Burns, I think. Hurst in an offside position, according to the assistant referee. 13 minutes left of the first half. Hull City 0, Ipswich Town 1 in the EFL Championship, live on talkSPORT 2. Myself, Mike Saul, and Neil Redfern, the former Leeds United manager, alongside me as darkness descends on Humberside. The floodlights on the far side are now breaking through the night sky as we have a semi-view of Hull to our right, but we're concentrating on what's happening below the floodlights on that lush green surface. Ipswich from defence, working it out excellently into Morsey. Steps in, though, does Seri, and then one back by Luongo. Wolfenden, the towering figure of Luke Wolfenden, brings it out of defence. It's on this near side with Twanzebe. Under pressure from Philogene. Like you said, we haven't seen a lot of Jaden Philogene.
No, he's done well, Twanzebe. I mean, his distribution's been good as well. He's just involved there in a really good phase of play where the connected passes and got up the pitch. Ipswich starting to settle into this game now really well.
Just a reminder that earlier in the day in the Championship, the key results that affect these two teams. It was last night in Ipswich's case, with Leeds' defeat at Queen's Park Rangers. Leicester don't play till Monday. As for Hull City, Sheffield Wednesday beat West Brom 3-0. The Baggies dropping to 6th in the table below Norwich, who got a draw at home to Swansea. It still means that it's 2 from 3 as it stands to make it into those last two playoff places. But Norwich will be there if Ipswich win this game, as Davis brings it down, looking for a free kick right on the edge of the area, almost in exactly the same position they had that free kick a few moments ago.
Yeah, you just can't help but feel that if he'd have stayed on his feet there, Davis, it was in. You know, it's a touch that took out, eliminated the defender. He could have got onto that with his pace.
Jones down the far side, cut out by Davis. Throw into Hull City. The applause and the cheers and the support continues from the Ipswich Town fans on the far side. They've had a fantastic, not just one season, 2 seasons. And when you think back to 5 years ago, they weren't the happiest fans in the country, I can tell you that.
No, it's been a tremendous rise, to be fair. Under a bright young manager that's got a really good future in the game, hopefully from Ipswich Town's point of view, of their club, but people will be watching him, no doubt.
Kieran McKenna awarded the EFL Championship Manager of the Season a fortnight ago. Long ball forward by Hull City. Twanzebe is all over Tupac, but it's gone through to Philogene, and it's saved by Hladky, who had to come out to meet it. The Hull City fans are furious. They wanted a free kick. The referee's given the yellow to Twanzebe. Has he given the free kick? Or no? Or will the play just have been allowed to continue? I think he's going to allow the play to continue, but he's gone back, now that the ball is dead, to give the yellow card.
Yeah, I mean, it was a yellow card offence. He does ever so well too, because he gets his body in between himself and Twanzebe, and he just tries to wrestle Tufan to the floor. The ball accidentally falls at Philogene's feet, and it's a great save, to be fair, from Hladky. Spreads himself brilliantly.
Jacob around the outside, and then Twanzebe concedes the corner. Confirmation of the yellow card for the Ipswich right back. Hull City, as we approach half-time, are feeling, they're anticipating, they're wanting something. An equaliser is what they really want. To the area on this near side, their left. Irma with the low cross driven in, all the way through to the edge of the box. Seri was teeing up a shot. Philogene with the volley, but he got underneath it. And it's high and wide of Hladky's goal.
Yeah, I mean, from now on in, Mike, I just can't help but feel if you're Hull City, you've got to get the ball out to Jaden Philogene, because he's on a yellow card now, Axel Twanzebe. You know, he's very committed. He's not frightened of going in and tackling. You know, he needs to miss time up, and that's Ipswich down to 10 players.
There's something going on the near side. The fourth official, Rebecca Welsh, is having a word with Wes Burns. I don't know whether he came off momentarily to do something, but they're having a dispute, Welsh and Burns, about something that happened off the ball while that play was continuing. Yeah. And Burns is having to wait to come back on. I wonder whether he came off to do something and then he just trotted back on without getting permission. And now the cheers are up because Hull have won it back, and Ipswich still only have 10 men. Philogene down the left-hand edge of the area, goes beyond Twanzebe, but he overhit the pass. Burns is on the field. He's shouting at the referee. The Hull City fans are shouting at Burns. What was that all about?
I think he went off for a little bit of treatment there, to be fair, Wes Burns, but obviously the fourth official wouldn't let him back on.
And the Ipswich backroom staff are actually now discussing it with Rebecca Welsh. And now Ipswich have it with Burns, just short of the halfway line. 7.5 minutes left to the break. Ipswich lead by 1-0. A goal scored by George Hurst on his return after 4 months out with a hamstring injury. It's another foul. It's another Hull City free kick. This one is not going to result in a yellow card.
Yeah, they just got to be careful here at Ipswich because they're getting sucked into a scrap a little bit. And when they regained the ball before and connected passes and look very, very composed, they just look a little bit like they're on edge at the moment.
Free kick then, just in from the touchline on this near side, the Hull City left. Abdush Irma will take it. Midway inside the Ipswich half, they're all hanging around the edge of the penalty area. Irma delivers short, headed away by Chaplin. Only as far as Seri, back out to the near side for Emery, and this time he clips it in with his left foot, but he steers it with the outside of his boot, so it spins rather kindly into the arms of Latke.
Yeah, he's looked very assured, hasn't he, Latke? You know, he's dominated his box. He's given good information to his defenders. He's come for things when they've needed him. Like Brian Clough used to say about goalkeepers, you just need them when you need them.
I think they take it as a compliment.
Yeah, exactly.
Latke, incidentally, has kept 14 clean sheets in the league this season. That's a third of the games he's featured in.
It's not a bad return, is it, to be fair?
Well, Ryan Alsop has kept 10, so that's 24 between them during the course of the championship season. But it's only Latke who holds a clean sheet tonight, because Ipswich lead as we approach half-time. Somehow fans in front of us are deciding to make an early break for the refreshment posts in the concourse. I don't like doing that. You could easily miss something. There's another 6 minutes or more left.
Well, it takes a second to score a goal, mate.
Did Clough say that as well?
No, I've just said it now, mate.
It's given away on the edge of the area. Hull are in here. Here's a chance. Lenoff to Tufan! And the roar of the home crowd tells you everything you need to know, because Hull City have equalised. And it's Ozan Tufan on his return to the team. A mistake at the back by Ipswich. The clean sheet for Halaki is gone. But more importantly, it's Hull City 1, Ipswich Town 1.
Well, fantastic initiative from Hull City. Great counter press. I don't know what Ipswich Town are thinking. You know, you're that close to half time, keep the clean sheet intact. But they try and fiddle and work the ball out, and they're on it, Hull City. It's a great regain and a good finish from Tufan, because he still had a lot to do.
Hull City all square now. There was, in unison, as that ball was heading into the net, the whole of the stand in front of us got to their feet and blocked our view.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I mean, look, from Ipswich Town's point of view, they've managed this game so well. They've not got a lot of possession, but they got the goal, which was important. The last thing they want to do is give the Hull City a leg up, and it's exactly what they've done.
They were playing around with it on the edge of their own penalty area, and Ozan Tufan said, "Thank you, I'll take advantage of that," to score his 10th championship goal of the season. What a time to score, Neil.
Yeah, just before half-time, exactly. You know, and it's given them a massive lift. They've had a good reaction since the goal, to be fair, Hull.
Here come Ipswich, though, at the other end of the field, looking to try and restore the lead that they held for so long in this first half. Slip to the voices of the home fans. 24,298 inside the MKN Stadium tonight. Crossed in by Davis into the penalty area, headed out by Matty Jacobs. So huge applause from the whole fans, some of them standing and urging the team to press Ipswich on the halfway line. Davis. Down the line for Hutchinson, in line with the edge of the area. Far side, the Ipswich left. Hutchinson turns, 360, back onto his left foot, then a back heel to Davis. Carefully to the edge of the area. It's all short, precise passes, but it comes to nothing.
Yeah, a little bit complicated for me. That ball could have come in twice there. Just overplaying a little bit there, Ipswich Town. You know, they'll be really disappointed with that goal, Mike, because they managed the game so well. They hadn't had a lot of possession, but they got the noses in front. They've been unpredictable at times. You know, the yellow card for Twanzebe is a little bit of a worry, because he's been a bit of erratic with some of his challenges, and Philogene is a difficult customer to play against. But from Hull City's point of view, they're back in business.
All square, and they need a point realistically tonight to stay in with a shout of the playoffs. If they lost here, then almost certainly West Brom will take the last place, because their goal difference is far superior.
Yeah, but they've not panicked, Hull City, Mike. They've kept going, they've kept trying to play, they've probed, they've got in front of goal a couple of times. I wouldn't have thinking the wildest dreams, or they would imagine that Ipswich had given them an opportunity like that.
Burns for Ipswich down the near side. Got two Hull players for company. Squares into the edge of the area, laid off by Hurst, 25 yards out. Now to the left of the box. Davis is there. Plenty of options in the middle for him, but he goes short to Luongo on the edge of the area. He plays it forward to Davis, who's onside, despite the cries of the Hull City fans around us. And it's back to Luongo, to the edge of the area again on the far side, the Ipswich left. Burgess. Hutchinson, they come deeper, but going back one step to try and move forward too. Edge of the box now. Hurst turns, but straight into Jacob Griggs. Now it's to the near side. Burns. Really good deliverer with his right foot, Wes Burns, but he's lost possession. And Hull on the counter, but they haven't got many numbers up. Carvalho was fouled, and Philogene is effectively all on his own against the Ipswich defence. And it runs out of steam, not surprisingly, but the fans are not happy with the foul on Carvalho.
Yeah, that was really late from Wes Burns. It's definitely a yellow card. Got away with one there. But a good break from Hull City. You know, it's a good reaction since Ipswich Town's goal. I think he's going back to booking, Mike.
He is going to go back to booking. He's walking to this near side, and Wes Burns is his target. So, second Ipswich player in referee Kitchen's notebook. Burns joins Twanzebe.
Well, if you were a betting man and you were Hull City, you'd think, get down this left-hand side where both Wes Burns is on a yellow card and Axel Twanzebe is on a yellow card.
Ipswich have possession though. 3 minutes of additional time to come at the end of the first half. 1-1 the score. Burns from the right. Ball pops up off the leg of Matty Jacobs and is steered into touch for Ipswich throw deep inside the Hull City half. As it stands, Ipswich 11 points with Leeds, but behind them, Leeds ahead of Ipswich on goal difference. But they have that game in hand. That's as it stands, for what it's worth. We still have another half to come. Chaplin, just outside the area on this near side, sends in a cross, headed away by Irma. Now it's with Cameron Burgess, Ipswich's Australian defender. Now Luongo, out wide to Davis. Lovely ball in the channel. Luongo to the dead ball line. Brilliant last-ditch challenge by midfielder Abdul Sharma.
Yeah, they've defended them wide areas really well. They're really aware of it, because they make good way in them positions to Ipswich. They connect passes, they work the ball quickly, and it's a good run, to be fair, from Luongo, and a good challenge in the end from Irma.
Ipswich corner then, in the second minute of added time. At the end of this first half, Leif Davis takes it left-footed, low, headed away by Irma. Wolfenden will pick it up 25 yards out. He slides it out to this near side on the angle of the box. Hutchinson goes for the counter! What a goal! Omari Hutchinson! What a fantastic finish from the left foot of Hutchinson. He came in from the right-hand angle of the area and then steered it, curled it beyond and over Allsop. It's Hull 1, Ipswich 2.
What a fantastic strike. Unbelievable strike on his left foot. He actually finds himself there by chance because he's on the edge of the box from the corner. The ball's recycled out to him and he starts to take his man coming in on his favourite left foot and he curls that unerringly beyond Ryan Allsop into the far corner. That's a goal fitting to win any game. What a fantastic strike. Take a bow, young man. Great goal.
Well, the Netherlands used to have a player that used to do that all the time, Arjen Robben.
Yeah.
Just like a Robben goal, that one.
He's been excellent as well, Omari Hutchinson. You know, he's a real handful.
His 8th league goal of the season on loan from Chelsea. I wonder if he'll be staying at Ipswich if they get in the Premier League next season. That'll be something for Kieran McKenna to look at when the campaign ends. Will it end with automatic promotion? They've restored their lead and we have just a few seconds left of added time as it's played forward by Ipswich. Hutchinson, a goal scorer, wins it back but unfairly. That's a free kick.
I'm not sure, mate. I think that's a good challenge. He gets caught there, Slater. It's a good challenge from Hutchinson.
Every week, the Championship delivers.
It does, mate. That's the beauty of it, I think.
Morning, noon or night. And we have an enthralling evening game here. Hull send a free kick to the edge of the Ipswich area, headed across the box by Greaves. Away by Ipswich Town. We're into the 4th minute of added time. There will be a little bit extra because of the celebrations for the second Ipswich goal. It's gone all the way back to Allsop. Played down centre field. Wolfenden heads away. Flicked on by Luongo and then Hurst to the left. That's the far side. Leif Davis cynically pulled back by Fabio Carvalho, and as they say, Neil, he's taken one for the team.
Yeah, that's an easy one for the referee. Really cynical from Carvalho. He loses his man. He's got blistering pace, Leif Davis, and he goes on the overlap, gets onto that ball. It's a cynical foul from Carvalho and he gets a yellow for it. But just look at Ipswich now, and they've got the players with the ability and the quality to score at any point. They've not had all the possessions. The possession starts to appear with Hull City.
Referee has blown his whistle to bring an end to a very enjoyable first half. Hull City had a lot of possession, but it was Ipswich who took the lead in the 19th minute. Wes Burns' low cross into the area wasn't dealt with by Jacob Greaves, and George Hurst, on his return after 4 months out with a hamstring injury, steered the ball low into the bottom left-hand corner of Ryan Allsop's net. But then Hull City almost grew stronger because of it, and with 5 minutes left of the half, Ozan Tufan capitalised on some dallying around the edge of the Ipswich area by the visiting team, and he scored his 10th league goal of the season to equalise, but it lasted only 7 minutes because Omari Hutchinson cut in from the right and sent a wonderful left foot curling shot beyond the reach of Allsop to restore Ipswich's lead. Remember, they are looking for automatic promotion. They need 5 points to guarantee it. They've got 3 in the bag at the moment, but they've got another 45 minutes to get to. Hull, well, they need an equaliser. They need a point out of this game to realistically make the playoffs. How would you assess that first half, Neil Redfern?
Yeah, I mean, it's been really interesting, Mike, to be honest with you, because I think Hull City have played a full part in that half, even though they trailed 2-1 at half-time. They've had the vast majority of the play, but they've been really clever how they've counter-attacked. They've raided really well Ipswich Town at times. You know, they've got the quality in such as Hutchinson and Burns. Burns, fantastic for the first goal. Great cutback and a good finish from Hurst. You know, he gets in front of the sticks and he knows that ball's going to come in. And Hutchinson, for me, I think he's the standout player in the game. And I mean, he showed some unbelievable touches. Fantastic young player. And the goal, you know, he's fitted to win any game. But I think this game's still in the balance. I mean, what they've got to try and do, Ipswich Town here, is just cut the mistakes out if they can. I know it sounds obvious, but really they struggle to get in front of goal, Hull City. But as it stands, it's a good half for Ipswich.
The fact that they scored, I mean, we said that Hull City scoring when they did gave them a huge lift going half-time. Well, the tables were turned on them within minutes.
Yeah, exactly that, and I think they're aware of Ipswich's prowess when they do break, when they do counter in transition. You know, and it's from a second phase round the edge of the box, and they won't be happy with that Hull City because they've been thorough from defending, but the ball gets recycled out to Amari Hutchinson, but the finish, to be fair, you know, you could have had two goalkeepers in, they wouldn't have stopped it. You know, it's a fantastic finish from Hutchinson. But it has been a really, really good game of football. Two really top sides, to be honest with you.
As we watch the marketing people put a big banner on the pitch and some of the substitutes warm up, possibly getting introduced in the second half. The ground staff dealing with the divots. But under the floodlights on Humberside, half-time at the MKM Stadium in the EFL Championship. It's Hull City 1, Ipswich Town 2.
talkSPORT 2, official broadcast partner of the Premier League and the English Football League. EFL Live on talkSPORT 2 with McDonald's. Fancy a filet fish in time for the final whistle? Order McDelivery now on the McDonald's app and get tasty reward points delivered too. 18 plus. Rewards account required. Participating restaurants. Subject to availability. Delivery fees and terms apply.
So many small cars to choose from. This one looks like that one, which looks like... oh, the new Suzuki Swift. This is the one.
Yep, standard reaction to the new Suzuki Swift, which comes with serious style, a choice of cool colours, and loads of tech as standard. Oh, and it's available with 0% APR for 2 years. Want to be one of the first behind the wheel? Search Suzuki Swift to book your test drive and get set to feel good different. Participating dealers only. Suzuki Financial Services Limited. T's and C's apply. See cars.suzuki.co.uk/offers.
Calling all savvy shoppers. It's Lidl's pick of the week with juicy discounts of up to 30%. Like a pack of raspberries for just $1.19. A plump aubergines just 65p each. Or a bag of rocket for only 49p. Get these and more offers in store now. Now that's big on quality and always Lidl on price.
Limited offer subject to availability. GB only. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. So count on us to make sure your summer holiday is worth every penny. With over 50 sunny destinations, an amazing choice of 2 to 5-star hotels, and 22 kilograms of baggage included. Book summer now with just a £60 deposit per person and spread the cost with flexible monthly payments. Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust and financial protected. Subject to availability conditions.
White, true white, pure brilliant. What's the best
White? Our Dulux Decorator Centre team will help you find the perfect white. Here you go.
Thanks for the tip. I didn't see you there. Can I pay with my
Trade account? Sure. With your trade discount and prices tailored to you, you'll save every time you shop.
Nice. When I'm done with my empty cans, what's the best way to
Recycle them. Just drop them in store. We're with you from start to finish. Visit us in store or online today. Dulux Decorator Centre. Moving forwards with you.
You can sense the glory. What a night! The semi-final, where each match is epic.
Oh, that's a stunner!
It's unscripted.
Wow, this is the shock of all shocks.
Spontaneous drama.
This is astonishing!
This is where the season is defined. Every game.
What a story!
Totally unmissable. The UEFA Champions League, Europa League and Conference League semi-finals. Only on TNT Sports.
talkSPORT 2, official broadcast partner of the EFL. Monday night, live championship football. On talkSPORT 2. Oh, it's in!
100% super real commentary.
Preston versus Leicester. What a terrible goal!
Kick off now, 8 p.m.
Monday night on talkSPORT 2.
Here we go!
Super hard, super tough, Super League on talkSPORT 2.
Absolutely magnificent!
Fast-paced, full-contact coverage of the ultimate hard-hitting rugby tournament.
And they're over the line!
Broadcasting live commentary of over 40 games across the season.
Have we got the greatest comeback in Super League history?
Including the Rivals Weekend, the Magic Weekend, and the Super League Grand Final, live from Old Trafford.
They're back into the game!
Scroll down for all the rock and roll action in Super League this season on talkSPORT 2. Join the Football Collective.
EFL Game Day Live.
On talkSPORT 2.
Where better place to be than with talkSPORT 2 for the climax climax for the EFL Championship. Just a yard or two in from the touchline. It's low cross, takes a deflection, and it falls to the feet of George Hurst, who steers it away into the corner of the Hull City net. And Ipswich Town have an early lead. That's given away on the edge of the area. Hull are in here. Here's a chance. Lenotter to Van! And the roar of the home crowd tells you everything you need to know, because Hull City have equalised.
I don't know what Ipswich Town are thinking. You know, you're that close to half time, keep the clean sheet intact.
He slides it out to this near side on the angle of the box. Hutchinson goes for the curler! What a goal! Omari Hutchinson! What a fantastic finish! It's Hull 1, Ipswich 2. And that's how it stands at half-time here at the MKM Stadium. Mike Sewell and Neil Redfern bringing you commentary. Over on talkSPORT, at half-time at Villa Park, it's Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 0. Chelsea's troubles continue. Cucurella's own goal and Morgan Rogers with another for Villa has given them a 2-goal advantage at the break. But here on talkSPORT 2, our concentration is very much the EFL Championship, the climax to the season. Second half commentary to come. Earlier in the day, we brought you the final day of the League One season. So much on the line: automatic promotion, playoffs, relegation. There was plenty of drama, and this is how it all played out.
Oh, what a goal! What a magnificent hit from Max Bird! What a streak! A penalty at the Western Homes. Mark Wilson, Dion Charles from the spot to put Bolton 2-0 up, and he does. So Bolton doing what they have to do, but it's not enough as it stands. It's still in Lincoln's hands. It's 0-0. Oxford up to 5th, Blackpool up to 6th because they lead as well. Lincoln only drawing would miss out. And there is a breakthrough at Oakwell. Greg Beecroft. It's got to Barnsley. Barnsley 1, Northampton 0. And that will catapult Barnsley back into the playoff places. And there's a goal at the Western Homes Community Stadium. I don't know well at your place. It's Peterborough 1 at Bolton 2.
Yeah, it's Lincoln 0, Portsmouth 0. Danny Mandroiu was nudged over in the penalty area. He stepped up to take it. He slipped, and it was easily saved by Norris.
And that still means that Lincoln are out of the playoff picture. Ball into the area. Fired in by James Collins. Start the championship party now! There is a goal back at the Western Homes. Mark Wilson. He can start the party now for sure because it's Peterborough 2, Bolton 2. Goal of the LNER. Jeff Peters.
It's Lincoln 0, Portsmouth 1. It could be all up for Lincoln now. Miles Pearce-Harris with the goal.
That's music to the ears of Oxford fans, I imagine. And the full-time whistle goes. A pitch invasion will signal Derby County's return to the EFL Championship.
And it's been turned in, and Lincoln's season is ending here today. In the playoffs then, it's Bolton, Peterborough, Oxford and Barnsley.
Today is a good day to be a Derby County fan. Derby are promoted back to the Championship.
So it's the Rams who'll be joining Portsmouth in the Championship next season as they wrapped up automatic promotion this afternoon. We brought you live commentary of that 2-0 victory over Carlisle earlier, and after the game, you heard him there, talkSPORT's Ian Dancer caught up with the Derby captain, Conor Hourihane.
Conor, the skipper, congratulations.
Thank you, cheers.
It's, I'd say, a whole morass of emotions right now. How are you feeling, mate?
Yeah, look of relief, of course, to start it off, and then obviously there's joy and all sorts of emotions at this time. You know, it's been these seasons in the EFL in general are long slogs. It's not easy. There's ups and downs, and you just got to keep sticking at it, and that's what we've done this year, and it's just been amazing, really.
And after last season's disappointment of not making the playoffs, to do it properly and not have to worry about the playoffs,
I know.
It's huge.
Yeah, it's massive. Like the gaffer's been through. He knew what we had to do. We had a really good pre-season. You know, we didn't start off great, to be honest with you, this season, but kept believing. We knew we had good players in the dressing room. Kept sticking to it. Kept working hard, and we went on a run, and the kind of momentum kept going, and it snowballs, and yeah, look, we've got to where we want to go in the end, you know.
Was there kind of a turning point in the season where you realised things had started to click for you?
It's hard to tell now, because I'm thinking about so many things, but yeah, I think we got going a little bit, maybe over Christmas.
Yeah.
I think we had some good results around that point, signed a couple of players that improved us, and yeah, look, we just kept going, we kept working hard. Like you said, we got some good lads in the dressing room, and you know we've got some tough times during the season, some high and lows or whatever it might be, and you just keep sticking with it, and luckily we've got out to where we want to go.
This club's been through the mill, the supporters have been through the mill, you come in the midst of all that.
Yeah.
This is their day, right?
Yeah, amazing. I signed here 2 years ago, and signing here was one of the aims was to get promoted as soon as possible, and luckily enough for myself, I've been able to be a part of it, captain the club, and it's been brilliant this year. Yeah.
The Derby County captain Conor Hourihane speaking to Ian Danter after Derby secured promotion back to the Championship next season. You're listening to talkSPORT 2 and live from Hull City's MKM Stadium, where at half-time it's Hull City 1, Ipswich Town 2. Ipswich looking for automatic promotion, Hull trying to get into the playoffs. We've got more exclusive commentaries here on talkSPORT 2. Monday night, Preston against Leicester. Leicester, well, they're trying to push now to win the Championship title. And on Wednesday, there's also Champions League commentaries. Wednesday and Tuesday, in actual fact. Bayern on Tuesday, play Real Madrid. There's commentary on talkSPORT, and on Wednesday, again on talkSPORT, Borussia Dortmund against Paris Saint-Germain. But our focus for the next hour or so, Neil Redfern, will be to see whether Ipswich have moved 3 points closer to automatic promotion, or whether Hull are going to put that pressure on West Brom and Norwich.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they've made a good fist of it so far, Ipswich. They'll be disappointed with the goal, because I think the goal's preventable. From Hull City's point of view, I think they've had lots of the game. I don't think Liam Rosini will be too disappointed with his team's performance. They'll be disappointed with the goals, I would have thought. Because the first one's poor marking from Jacob Greaves. The second one's a worldie. I'm not sure he's going to get too many more of them in his career, Mario Hutchinson, or maybe he will, because that was unbelievable technique. So both managers will be pleased and disappointed in equal measures for different reasons, but I just think there's far more to come in this game. I think there's a lot more twists and turns this half.
Given that Hull had a lot of the ball in that first half, but they find themselves trailing, do you think they, or even Ipswich, might make changes at half-time? Remember that you've got the possible players for both clubs. I mean, they both potentially could end up in the playoffs.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the big thing from Ipswich's point of view at this moment in time, they're in the driving seat, so long as they don't shoot themselves in the foot again, like they did with the equaliser, they can sort of wait for Hull City, if you like. They've committed a lot of people forward, a lot of players forward when in them possession stats. They've got in and around the box. They've made them predictable at times. It's come from a mistake, the equaliser for Hull City. So they've struggled a little bit to create chances, and I think from Ipswich's point of view, they've got to go down that line again. I would have thought, sacrifice a little bit of possession play, and look to hit Hull City on the counter, because they're going to leave themselves open. They've got to get a result, Mike. Hull City, a defeat at this point is no good for them.
Yes, we must point out that Ipswich, if they get 5 points from their last 3 games, that's here at Hull, away at Coventry midweek, and at home to Huddersfield next weekend on the final day, Ipswich will be promoted back to the Premier League. It's been a very long time since they were there. 2002, George Burley was their manager back in those days. As for Hull City, it's been 8 years since they were last in the Premier League. They've been there before, and they've done the promotion stints before. They've done the playoffs and gone through the playoffs before. So let's see if they can keep themselves in the mix, because should they lose here tonight, effectively they're out of the running.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be a tough one to take at this point as well for them, because they fill the stadium. Obviously, 2,000 contingency travelling up from Ipswich as well has made for a great atmosphere. But when you fill your stadium with your own supporters, you want to really put on a bit of a show. And if it ends up a bit of a damp squib for Hull City, it won't go down well.
Kieran McKenna is currently inside his technical area in deep conversation with Kiefer Moore, who's their tall striker, who's featured a lot since George Hurst was out injured, but he's having to settle for a place on the bench. I suspect he could be a late introduction in this game, because Hurst, I doubt he'll play the 90.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking before this game, the 3 games that they had towards the end of the season. I would have thought the bench, the squad, the bench, they're all going to play some part at some point. for Ipswich because they're going to need them. You know, they've obviously got a midweek game and then the game on Saturday, the final game. So it's really important that the whole squad are used and utilised well.
What do you make of the substitution that Hull City have just made? Liam Delap has come on for Tyler Morton.
Yeah, interesting one. Whether they're going to go with two up top and go a little bit lighter in midfield, maybe a change of shape, you know, back to a 4-4-2, I don't know, but you know, I suppose they've got to go for this, Hull City. There's no point hanging back.
So that's the only change made by either manager at the start of the second half as it's underway. Hull City in possession of the ball with Regan Slater. Forward it goes towards the edge of the area. Already Delap is involved, lays it to Philogene. He then clips it into the box. Tufan had a clear header and managed to head it wide of goal.
That's a great chance. That's a really good chance. I mean, the only thing I would say is he's done well to climb because he's going backwards. It's a little bit big for him, but he's got to try and get over that and hit the target with it. He's so close in. Anywhere either side of Haladki, and that's in the back of the Ipswich net. Really loose marking from Ipswich as well.
Hull City in all amber, attacking the goal away to our right in the second half. Ipswich in blue shirts with white trim, white shorts and blue socks. Attacking the goal away to the left, occupied by Ryan Alsop, resplendent in highlighter pink, you might call it. It's played out to the far side, to the left back position, and Matty Jacob back into Alsop again. And now to the feet of Alfie Jones. Good start to the second half from Hull City, but Ipswich have won it, and then Hutchinson rides the challenge of Jones, trying to outsmart him. Alsop will tidy up at the back for Hull. Irma, short ball to Slater, under pressure from a couple of Ipswich players, but quite comfortably gets himself out of a hole. Now it's via Seri to Greaves and across to the far side of the field. Ipswich leading 2-1, looking to get the 5 points they need for promotion. Tufan slips on the halfway line, but recovers his footing to then play it forward. Carvalho into Jacob. Now it's Philogene, left-hand side, just outside the penalty area. A couple of step-overs to try and outwit Axel Twanzebe. Infield to Seri now. And across to the near side. Still only midway inside the Ipswich half. Slater hugging the touchline. Short ball back to Irma. And now Jones is literally like everybody wants a touch of the ball.
Yeah, it's almost like a phase of play in a coaching session. Everybody back behind the ball for Ipswich.
Out to the left of the area, and Twanzebe forced to clear for the corner. First corner of the second half, 2.5 minutes in.
Yeah, taken quickly as well by Philogene. They want to get on with it, Hull City.
Carvalho up against Chaplin. Now Philogene from the dead ball line. Clips it deep to the back post. Headed by Greaves. Attempt to flick it on. Oh! And eventually, it's Tufan again, is it?
Yeah.
Headers over the bar from 6 yards out.
He's had two great chances, Mike. I mean, that's got to end up in the back of the net. The only thing is, it does sit up a little bit big. It's over it, but he's got to be athletic and get right above that ball and power it in. They've been really loose in these opening exchanges, Ipswich. You won't be happy, Kieran McKenna.
Well, Liam Rossinia, after watching Tufan's header go over the bar, turned, put his head in his hands, and stooped as he walked back towards his bench. He's certainly cutting the more anxious figure in the technical area. Kieran McKenna, hands in pockets, just casually moving from left to right.
Yeah, obviously they're in the box seat, Ipswich. You know, they've got 2 more games to play as well. I mean, this is a chance to try and get more closer to promotion, but I think from Hull City's point of view, that's a couple of really good chances you just don't want to turn down. They might not get many more.
I remember in the reverse fixture at Portman Road earlier in the season, I thought Hull played well in that game, but again, they weren't decisive enough.
Yeah.
They weren't clinical, and Ipswich were, and it was a 3-0 victory.
Yeah, I mean, I just wondered at times, I know you've got a prolific scorer in Billy Sharp sat on the bench. You know, some of these chances that have fallen to Tufan, you can't help feeling that Billy Sharp might have put them in.
Even at the age of 38.
Yeah.
Billy Sharp, who's been promoted to the Premier League with Sheffield United on 2 occasions. In the meantime, Burns down the far side, brilliant sliding tackle from Matty Jacob. Gets the deserved reward of applause from the home fans, but it's Ipswich's supporters who are in full voice on the far side. It's going to be a long journey home tonight. They're not going to get back till the early hours, but they will not care one jot if they can hold on to this or extend their lead and move a step closer to automatic promotion to the Premier League. Those fans there, those ones that have followed them for years and years, 3 or 4 years ago, if anyone had said you're going to be on the brink of the Premier League in 2024, they would have laughed at you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tremendous achievement. I mean, and obviously I'm old enough to think back to the days of Bobby Robson and, you know, the great Ipswich side, Arnold Muir and Franz Tyson, you know, Paul Mariner, the late Paul Mariner, you know, and I think that they've always had history and tradition, you know, the forays in European trophies as well. But, you know, it's upwardly mobile now, Ipswich Town. They've got a really bright young manager, they've got a good side, they're playing good football, and they're on the brink of another promotion.
And they're coming forward now. Hurst, just outside the area, tries to lay it off to Hutchinson, but one of the Hull City players, Alfie Jones, was in the way. And so Ipswich start again from the halfway line. 6 minutes played in the second half at the MKM Stadium. Ipswich lead 2-1. Hurst lays it to Hutchinson. Now it's at the left edge of the area. Davis with the early cross to the back post. In comes Burns with a header. Hurst was waiting, but Jacob Greaves got his foot in the way and denied him a clear sight of goal. And now the big scramble inside the Hull half results in Davis picking it up into the left edge of the area, sends him across, blocked by Slater. Ipswich Town corner.
Yeah, they've been a strong facet. Hutchinson and Burns in wide areas for Ipswich Town. Also Leif Davis coming from left back, supporting wide play Burns really, really well. This is a better phase of the game for Ipswich.
Down low to our left on the near side, in front of the Hull supporters who are trying to point out to the referee that Leif Davis has got the ball placed outside the quadrant. He takes the corner though to the near post, thumped away by Seri. It's going to trickle out for a throw-in to Ipswich Town, who, given the fact that they're in front, won't be in a great hurry to take it. There's a long way to go though. At least another 40 minutes or so. Davis with a throw this time, over the top of the Hull defence. Hutchinson with a touch. Irma picks up the loose ball. This near side, deep inside Hull territory. Down the line it goes from Slater, headed back by Burgess. Morsey turns away from one Hull player, then shrugs off Fabio Carvalho. Brings in Twanzebe on the far side, who pushes it out, prods it out to Burns, and then goes for the return.
Yeah, he's not going to catch that. He does well there, Greaves, gets across. Good play by Ipswich Town, to be fair. Been really impressed with Sam Morsey. You know, he's been about for a while now. Been a good servant to most of the clubs he's played for. He's really dominated in midfield alongside Luongo.
Morsey now 32 years of age. Well, he would be delighted to captain Ipswich as a promoted team to the Premier League. It could happen as early as Tuesday night in Coventry if they win here. Otherwise, if they don't win here, it will go to the final day as Irma is brought down by Luongo. It's a third yellow card for an Ipswich player. Twanzebe, Burns and now Luongo in the notebook.
He's been impressive tonight, Irma. Very busy and bright, got good touch. You know, you can see why he gets his place in the side.
The ball is played all the way back to Allsop. No sign of movement on either bench. The only people standing on what is a rubber black surface by the edge of the pitch are the coaches and the fourth official. Irma to the edge of the area, into the area. The shot is blocked by an Ipswich player, collected by Connor Chaplin, who's been, by his terms, relatively quiet tonight as he steers it up towards the halfway line. Lovely first touch from Wes Burns to bring it down, and now Hurst down the left side. Ipswich have 3 against 3 coming in from the left. Hurst, the angle is quite acute and he's shown too much of the ball to Ryan Allsop, and it just peters out in the end after what was brilliant control from Wes Burns.
Yeah, and good defending in the end, because he just channeled him away from goal there. Also makes a good save.
Almost 10 minutes played in the second half. Ipswich with the advantage, 2-1. They lead on talkSPORT 2, live at the MKM Stadium, bringing you more enthralling football from the EFL Championship, and we will be again on Monday night. Preston Leicester, here comes Ozan Tufan, marauding through the Ipswich defence. He's still going to the dead ball line, but the cutback is straight to an Ipswich player.
Yeah, just the final thing in and around the box for Hull City is just lacking in this game so far. Fantastic run from Tufan. They beat 4 Ipswich defenders.
Now Carvalho with the cross to the near post. Hull City have drawn level. Crossed into the near post and converted for the equaliser. We've hardly had any time in the second half, and it's the substitute, Liam Delap, who makes it Hull City 2, Ipswich 2.
Yeah, he feels justified about his substitution. Liam Rosina. It's a great ball in, to be fair. He times his run superbly well. Delap gets across his marker, he just pokes it in at the near post. It's come against the run of play because they started this half quite well, Ipswich Town.
The goal coming in the 56th minute. And all the noise is now coming from the 23,000 or so Hull City fans inside. Ipswich immediately trying to attack down this near side. They responded within 7 minutes of Hull's first equaliser. I'm not sure Hull will let them do it again. Irma into midfield. Suddenly the game is opening up. Luongo. Headed by Seri. Collected by Tufan on the halfway line. Now Chaplin trying to thread it through. Eventually we can settle it a little bit.
Yeah, I just think the tails are up now, Mike. It's a problem now for Ipswich because they're really on the front foot. They look a little bit leggy at this moment, Ipswich Town.
Tufan to the far side, the Hull left. Philogene, midway inside the Ipswich half, comes in field. And then eventually is brought down by
Twanzebe.
He's already been booked. The Hull players and most of the fans in front of us are urging the referee to get a yellow card out for Twanzebe. That would be a major blow to Ipswich to lose a defender.
Yeah, I just wonder if Kieran McKenna's looking across and thinking, you know, do I replace me right back here? You know, he's very close, he's on a yellow. He's a tricky customer, Jaden Philogene.
He's got George Edmondson on the bench as a defender. He could come on if he did want to protect Twanzebe. But as it is, Hull have a free kick. They've just equalised. Irma clips it into the penalty area. Headed away by Burgess, hooked further clear and over the halfway line by Ipswich, who suddenly find themselves under the cosh. Kieran McKenna's just motioned to Jeremy Sarmiento to get himself ready. We're going to see at least one change from Ipswich Town. Like you said, Neil, it just feels like Ipswich is suddenly on the back foot.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's like they're unsure. The goal just puts that little bit of doubt in the minds. They'll just look a little bit leggy.
Delap is away from Burgess down this near side. Across comes Wolfenden to cover. All the fans in front of us rose to their feet, which requires you and I to rise to our feet as well. Or me, I'm not as tall as you are.
They just need to relax and try and get on the ball and start playing again. Two players we've got mentioned who've been outstanding for Ipswich this season, Luke Wolfenden and Cameron Burgess, been brilliant. They played well again tonight. They've conceded twice, Hull City, but Ipswich Town, but you know they've not been an issue with the goals.
Huge support for the home fans, from the home fans, for the home team. The Ipswich fans once are sat motionless, watching on. It'll be an anxious time. It doesn't matter who you are, does it?
No.
It doesn't matter if you're Ipswich, Hull City, West Bromwich Albion, Norwich City, Leeds United.
Yeah,
It's time of the season.
I think this is what the game's all about, Mike. And at the end of the day, it's your team, it's your town. You know, and you live it. This is what supporting football clubs is about.
Hutchinson, midway inside the whole half, has his progress blocked by Seri, but I think the referee's actually brought it down for a previous look back for a previous challenge, which is about 10 yards back. We're midway inside the Hull City half.
To be fair to the referee, he hasn't got that many things wrong, I don't think, Mr. Kitchen. You know, he's been Johnny on the spot with the yellow cards. I think he's got them right. You know, he can't help but feel that he might have a part to play though in this.
Free kick for Ipswich then. Midway inside the Hull half, just to the left of centre, to be taken by Leif Davis, the Ipswich left back. We've had an hour's play. It's 2-2 here. Davis into the area. Oh, flick towards goal! And off the crossbar by Cameron Burgess. It was a glancing header, but he basically converted the power of the free kick towards goal, and everybody, including Allsop, just stood and watched. It was almost like it was in slow motion.
Well, that's really fortunate that struck the bar for Hull City, because I don't know where Ryan Allsop's going. He's left his goal. It's unguided, really. You know, he's almost near the edge of the 6-yard box.
The ball now is all the way back with Glatke and Ipswich goal away to our right. Ipswich are preparing both Sarmiento and Kiefer Moore to be introduced. You're listening to Hull versus Ipswich in the EFL Championship. Live on talkSPORT 2 with McDonald's. Order McDelivery on the McDonald's app and get tasty reward points. 18+ terms and conditions applied. Hurst turns away from his marker. Hutchinson to the left here. Davis charging forward to the box. Right-footed. It's his weaker foot. And he got right underneath it, as you might tell from the reaction of the home fans.
Yeah, he tended to rush that, to be fair, Leif Davis. His first touch is brilliant. He just eliminates the defender, cuts inside on it, puts it on his weaker foot, like you say. Might be better having another touch, because he really cleared the pathway in towards the goal there.
Unsurprisingly, Kieran McKenna is replacing the two players who've been out for extended periods. Wes Burns and George Hurst, who got the opening goal. Both have had hamstring injuries. In Hurst's case, 4 months out with a hamstring injury. They've both come off to be replaced by Jeremy Sarmiento and Kiefer Moore. So Moore will go straight up front into Hurst's position, and Sarmiento will play, where will he play? Left side of the attack. But it's Hull who are doing the attacking now. Jacob down the line on the far side for Philogene. It's it back and then returns the compliment. Philogene heading towards the area now. Carvalho tried to thread it through. Handball against Luongo, who has been booked.
Yeah, well, the letter of the law perhaps, but has been quite lenient there, a referee. They've just lost the way a little bit here, Ipswich. You know, where they've had that composed play and they've managed the game well when they've been out of possession. They're just starting to look a little bit loose in transition.
Hull City beat Coventry City 3-2 in midweek to effectively end Coventry's hopes of making the playoffs and keep theirs alive. They're looking for a goal that would make it 3-2 here, as it's sent into the area, headed down, but away from the penalty area. Near side as we look, the Hull right. In fact, Seri's forced to go all the way back to his goalkeeper. Been a riveting affair, hasn't it, Neil?
Yeah, I mean, 4 goals already. I mean, we're only an hour in. You know, I think both sides have shown really good moments. You know, you can see why Ipswich are where they are. You can see the run that all have been on.
Great ball over the top from Leif Davis, which Connor Chaplin went after, but couldn't judge the bounce of the ball to make a contact. Now, Tufan for Hull. Place reversing from one end to the other very quickly. Philogene against Twanzebe on the left. Good defensive work by Ipswich. Hutchinson then pokes it into centre field to find Luongo. Short, sharp passes from Ipswich Town, promoted from League One only last season as runners-up. They're now looking to finish in the top 2 in the Championship and return to the Premier League after more than 2 decades away. Moore flicks it on, Chaplin's after it, but Hull have enough numbers back to cover. Hull City 2, Ipswich 2, on talkSPORT 2. 64 minutes play. Is there going to be a winner here? Or will they both have to settle for a point? Carvalho on the halfway line. Short to Slater. And then back to Jones. Ipswich doing a good job of closing down the spaces.
Yeah, they've worked the shape out as well. They've locked on really well there, Ipswich. they pressed well at times. They just, to be fair to Hull City, they're technically really good to get out of tight situations. It's been a really interesting contest.
Carvalho picks it up in the Ipswich half and then steers a long ball right to the feet of Jaden Philogene. Precise, down the line to the channel where Tufan is waiting on the far side. He comes away with the ball, goes slightly deeper, then square. Seri clips it away from one challenge but walks straight into Sarmiento. Is picked up by Luongo and Kiefer Moore is charging ahead of him. Luongo into Moore, has to check his position, the ball was just behind him. Now it's Luongo again, inside the Hull half. Near side as we look, midway inside Hull territory. Moore back out to this near side. Davis hasn't really got many options on and is going back to Burgess.
Yeah, really good feat from Kiefer Moore though to keep possession.
Now Wolfenden into centre field with Morsey, the captain. Chaplin, nice touch on towards the D. Here's Kiefer Moore with a shot, saved by Allsop. Carried out for a corner. First time Kiefer Moore has had a sight of goal since coming on as a substitute.
Well, that's a really good strike from Kiefer Moore. I just feel it's a fantastic turn. Loses his man brilliantly. It's on his left foot, and I just feel that he had enough time there to maybe do a little bit more with that. Straight at also. Makes a save though. He's got to save it.
You wouldn't bet against another goal, would you?
No.
Well, at least another goal.
Yeah, at least. Yeah. I mean, I don't think the scoring is done by a long chalk. I hope I haven't just put the mockers on it there.
Well, when you think what's at stake,
yeah, absolutely.
They're both going to go for it. Hull have to get something from the game. If Ipswich can ease the pressure going into Coventry in midweek, if they win this game, they can get promoted on Tuesday night at Coventry and have a joyous day at home against Huddersfield next weekend.
Yeah, and I think from Ipswich Town's point of view, they've got to go for it, like you said.
Sarmiento with the corner swung in. There was actually Davis with the corner. It's gone all the way out, and it will be taken again by the Ipswich left back.
Yeah, the set plays have not been convincing, have they? They've not got good ball in. They've had a lot of set plays, Ipswich.
Another in-swinging corner in front of his fans to the near post. I think it was Allsop who had to punch it away. Stoop down low. Now it's to the right angle of the penalty area. Here's Hutchinson. Another curler. Another goal! What a finish by Omari Hutchinson! Wow, he's done it once. He's done it twice. And Ipswich restore their lead. Two wonderful left-footed finishes by Omari Hutchinson have made it Hull City 2, Ipswich Town 3.
Well, this is a higher tariff than the first one, to be honest with you, because it's further outside the box. The angle's not great. He opens himself up, and just the assurance of the strike is unerring. It's gone right into the corner. It's slightly dipped in front of Allsop before he's gone down for it, but you know, Hull City can't be happy with that. You just can't give a player the quality of Omari Hutchinson that much time around the box, particularly when it's on his left foot. Unbelievable finish. Two fantastic finishes from the little fella.
Well, just before half-time, he put Ipswich back in front, and now for the third time in the game, Ipswich take the lead, and for the second time, it's Hutchinson with the goal. He's on a hat-trick. If he scores a hat-trick of those,
amazing.
that
Honestly,
would be a memorable one.
You think as well, you know, from Ryan Allsop's point of view, that as that runs across him onto his left foot, he's thinking he's going right across me into the far corner. I've got to get across, but so unerring the finish that he just can't get there. Also,
the drama just keeps on coming, and now the Ipswich fans are bouncing around in that corner away to our left on the far side of the field. They're sensing they're getting ever closer to promotion, but they know as much as we do. At the midway point of the second half, so much more can happen, and Hull are fighting. They're doing their utmost to stay in the playoff picture.
Yeah, it's been really tough on Hull because the two finishes from Hutchinson have just been world class, you have to say.
Makes you wonder whether Chelsea are watching on thinking, what do you do here?
Yeah, well, they're struggling out. They can't buy one at the minute. You'd think they'd get a chance, you know, at least.
Chelsea are playing over on talkSPORT at the moment. They were 2-0 down at half-time against Aston Villa. 2-1. They had pulled a goal back in that game. But we are Watching Ipswich come forward again. Sarmiento from the dead ball line, crossing in, headed away. Hutchinson was actually waiting there. If that ball hadn't been cleared, it'd been on for his hat-trick. Now Hull, very much route one down centre field. Carvalho puts pressure on. Delap, who scored the second equaliser, pushes it forward. It's going to go all the way through, is it, to Irma? It was read by Burgess, and now it's Hutchinson. Down the far side, crosses the halfway line. He's twisting one way, then the other, turning Matty Jacob inside out. Here he is, same position for another shot here. Hutchinson, Sarmiento, saved by Allsop. So close to a fourth.
I got that one just right, didn't he? Allsop. That's a savable eye, I have to say. It's a decent strike from Sarmiento. But again, it's that man, Larry Hutchinson. He's caused all sorts of problems, whether he's popped up on the right or the left. He's just unplayable at this moment in time.
Allsop has made 2 or 3 very good saves.
Yes, yeah.
That one being one of them. 70 minutes played, 20 minutes of normal time remaining. Hull City 2, Ipswich 3. Can Hull equalise for a third time in this game? This was the scoreline when Hull won at Coventry in midweek. This has become a familiar scoreline, isn't it?
Hey,
Throughout the whole season. Certainly if you're an Ipswich fan.
I just feel as well, he must be soul destroying for Hull City. Every time they come back and get a goal, that someone of that quality goes and finds the back of the net for Ipswich.
Here he comes again, he's coming in, he's in the area now. Hutchinson's shot, again it's saved by Allsop. Allsop is really earning his corn tonight.
I just feel that Ryan Slater's, you know what I mean, they just need more than that at left back. You know, he's having a problem against him. By Jacob, sorry. You know, he's really going past him.
But he's worked it out nicely as Jacob down the far side to Fabio Carvalho into centre field, midway inside the Ipswich half. Now to the right, Regan Slater picks it up, misses out, and Sarmiento has robbed him of the ball, and Slater's out of position, but Ipswich don't have that many coming forward. Sarmiento's having to look for options into the centre circle. Chaplin then out wide. You sense Ipswich want to get a 2-goal advantage.
Yeah, this game's getting stretched as well, Mike. You know, I mean, it's really difficult for us.
Hutchinson coming in again from the right side onto his favoured left foot. This time, though, he doesn't get the space. He's not afforded the room for a shot. And so Carvalho has it. Edge of the D inside his own half, and then out to the left to Philogene. This has been a fantastic game to watch.
Just looked at Kieran McKenna, and on his study there, one of the subs is trying to explain what he's wanting him to do when he brings him on. He's got his arm round him. Looks like there's going to be more substitutes for Ipswich.
Hull are also preparing to bring on Noah Ohio, who scored the late winner against Coventry in the week. So Liam Rossini will be saying to him, can you do a similar feat tonight? He'll be the first one to come on once the ball goes dead. talkSPORT 2, live from the MKM Stadium. EFL Championship football, thrilling EFL Championship football. Where else would you rather listen to it than here on talkSPORT? Out on the far side now with Hull City and Jayden Philogene. Infield for Jacob, 25 yards out. Back out wide to the far side. Philogene again, now square, Carvalho. Urged to shoot, but there's no room to do that, so he lofts it over the top. Slater tries to volley it straight into the danger area. He's won a corner. Will Hull bring on Ohio now?
Yeah, you'd think so, wouldn't you?
They're going to bring him on for Abdush Irma, who you pointed out had a very good first half.
Yeah, it was excellent.
Irma just steps away, and the corner flag gets a standing ovation from everybody in front of us. Noah Ohio, the Dutchman. 2 goals to his name in the league this season, one of them the other day. Corner comes in from Carvalho, headed down by a Hull player, away by Luongo, and then it's picked up, but the referee has stopped it for a not 1, not 2, but 3 head injuries.
Yeah.
2 Ipswich players and a Hull player all went for the same ball, and now it'll give Ipswich a chance to make a double substitution. They've already brought on 2. Lewis Travis and Jack Taylor are the 2 Ipswich players coming on. Both midfielders. Does that tell you anything, Neil?
Yeah, maybe, I don't know. I mean, well, I was looking at Ipswich and what made things work, and you know, obviously you can't look past, you know, Hutchinson and Wes Burns and obviously Hurst. in that front line. But I think that box in the shape, you know, the two centre-backs as two centre midfield players, Luke Wolfenden and Cameron Burgess at the back, Sam Morsey and Massimo Luongo in midfield, has been absolutely outstanding for Ipswich this season. Everything's evolved around that box of four players. They've been really good.
Chance for some refreshments. The two Ipswich players are on their feet. I can't see exactly who is the Hull player laid out flat right on the penalty spot. We don't have the benefit of any monitors up high in this stand. We're right at the back of the MKM Stadium, on the higher side of the stadium, looking out over the city.
Is it Matty Jacobs?
It is Matty Jacobs. He's now sat up. The substitutions are going to be made, and the first of them is going to see the introduction of Taylor for Luongo. So Massimo Luongo's night is over. He might also be thinking ahead to Coventry.
Yeah.
They're playing again in 3 days' time.
Definitely, mate.
Lewis Travis, who's had to make cameo appearances from the bench this season. He started 4 games, but this is his 5th substitute appearance.
Chaplin.
Looks like Connor Chapman is the player walking across to the near side. Maybe a little bit of protecting one or two of his key players ahead of the midweek game. Notice that Nathan Broadhead isn't even on the bench tonight.
No, I just wonder if this maybe is, I know like they play Chaplin as a 10, just in behind the front, whether he's going to go in there and he's just going to shore it up a little bit, Ipswich.
Well, Travis will adopt Luongo's position.
Yeah.
And Taylor will be the more attacking midfielder.
Yeah, it's the same shape, to be fair.
And that lull in proceedings has actually probably benefited Ipswich more than it has Hull.
Definitely, because they've got a little bit of momentum since the goal. I mean, I just looked at Sam Morsey. He's the one that definitely can't come off. He's been excellent tonight.
76 minutes played. You're listening to talkSPORT 2 live at the MKM Stadium. Ipswich lead 3-2 at Hull, and they're coming forward looking for a fourth. Taylor, though, unable to find Sarmiento, another of the substitutes. Played out high to the far side. Twanzebe falls and then gets to his feet, and it's played down the line. Taylor, loads of space from the right side. Options in the middle, but again, straight to a Hull player.
Yeah, wrong choice, wasn't it? I think he should have gone right across the 6-yard box. Because to be fair, Kiefer Moore was homing in on that area.
Just watching Ozan Turfan, and I wonder if he'll be feeling he should have made those chances earlier. Noah Ohio running towards the edge of the area. Left foot shot deflected, and Halaki literally arcs his back like a ballet dancer to reach the ball, because it popped up off the boot of an Ipswich player and looked like it was going to go over the head of Halaki into the goal.
It's a great save, because he's got to react. You know, that unnaturally sits up. I mean, it'd have been a low strike straight into his midriff, but because of the deflection, it kicks up, like you say, Mike.
Corner kick, Hull City from the far side. There, left, in swinger to the edge of the 6-yard area. Burgess heads it back towards the exact same spot for another corner.
Yeah, you think that Hull might try and do something a little bit different here, you know, in and around the box. They've defended it quite well. If you look at zonal marking, 3 across the 6-yard box, 1 in the hole, and then you've got 5 markers for Ipswich. Defended set plays really well.
Carvalho with the corner. Again, same spot, edge of the area, headed out by Kiefer Moore, back defending. Burgess steps in and clears, and Ipswich force it up to the halfway line, where it's collected by Slater. Under pressure from Moore, who's won the ball off Regan Slater, and Ipswich have numbers over here. Jack Taylor down the middle, into the path of Sarmiento! Again, it's another save by Ryan Alsop.
Yeah, it's straight at him. He's got to do better there, Sarmiento. It's great play by Kiefer Moore. Good supporting run. He's got runners either side of him, and he chooses to shoot. You know, that's got to go low and hard past the keeper. He's actually made the angle really well.
I'll tell you what, if Hull City get anything out of this game, Ryan Alsop has to be their man of the match.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I mean, he's made 3 or 4 saves, Mike, that you know, that have kept Hull City in it at this point.
3-2 Ipswich lead. 11 minutes plus stoppage time. Leif Davis has gone over to the far corner, away to our left, in front of the Ipswich fans, who are occupying that corner, wrapping round that area of the stadium. Davis will take it. The assistant is blocking his path at the moment because the referee wants to speak to both Travis and Seri. So the corner will now be taken by Davis. 4 players on the penalty spot, the rest around the 6-yard area. Low in, Moore tries to glance the header on as he collapses under a heap of players. Eventually it goes out for a goal kick to Hull City. Time is running out in their season. If it stays like this, they will still have a chance of matching West Brom's points tally, but the goal difference will be 12 goals inferior.
Yeah, it's a nearly impossible task.
Hull are at Plymouth on the final day. West Bromwich Albion, they are at home on the final day to Preston. Norwich City, as it stands, are going to be in the playoffs. Now Ipswich doing Norwich a favour. That doesn't happen very often.
Nah, I can't see that, mate, can you? Somehow.
Well, it's certainly not intentional. But if it stays like this, Norwich will be in the playoffs.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
it'll be down to Hull to score a shed load of goals at Plymouth and West Brom to ship a load of goals at home to Preston.
Yeah.
Realistically, we all know football. That ain't going to happen.
It's not going to happen, no.
Right. There's change by Hull City. Regan Slater's coming off, and he's going to be replaced by Ryan Giles. Straightforward swap at the full-back position. And Ipswich, in the meantime, are giving some treatment to one of their players on this near side. The 2 coaches, I mean, how anxious must you be? You've been in that position.
Yeah, it's, I mean, there's 80 minutes on the clock. That final 10, 11, 12, 13 minutes, however long with extra time, will just seem like an eternity for Ipswich. They've got themselves in this winnable position now. They know they're halfway there, but from Hull City's point of view, it'll run away like nothing all the time because they're desperate to get back into this game.
Leif Davis is actually hobbling off the field. I think he wants to try and continue. Harry Clark is going to come on anyway, so Davis's night is over. If you're an Ipswich Town fan, you'll be hoping that that is nothing too serious, but he's gingerly making his way back towards the dugout. He actually shakes the hand of Liam Rosenior. He looks in a fair bit of pain there, doesn't look comfortable at all.
Yeah, he's performed well tonight as well. He's looked good at left back.
So the change made, Clark for Davis. 8 minutes left. Time is running out for Hull City. This probably will be their last home game of the season, unless they can equalise.
Yeah, definitely.
These fans here who've supported their team and given them plenty of vocal support tonight are now quieter, and the noise is coming from the Ipswich fans.
Yeah, I think the frustrating thing probably for Hull City at this moment in time, they've probably played worse than this and won. They've actually played well tonight, but Ipswich have been good.
Here come Hull City looking for that 3rd equaliser. Carvalho out to the far side of the field. Giles, who's just come on, steps inside, gets tugged back by...
It's a free kick.
It was Hutchinson. It's a free kick, 5 yards outside the penalty area on the left wing. That's the far side as we look.
I think both sides have been guilty of that, Mike. Where they've given silly free kicks away in good positions.
Yeah, this is probably the 3rd or 4th free kick from this position on the field, whether it be Ipswich or Hull.
Yeah.
In this case, it's Hull. And Giles is going to take it. Greaves is forward. Jones is forward. Jacob is forward. And in it comes, low. Not the best of deliveries. And Sarmiento doesn't even turn to look upfield. He just blasts it out to the far side, where Hutchinson is under pressure from 2 Hull players. And eventually, no free kick given. Hutchinson looking for a free kick. Oh, he gets it in the end.
I don't know what the referee's waiting for there, to be honest with you. It was a free kick all day, but he deliberated and waited to look and got a little bit of a boot before he gave it. They're managing these minutes well at this moment in time, Ipswich. They look like a side that are capable of getting that second automatic spot.
If it stays like this and they win at Coventry on Tuesday, that's not a foregone conclusion, but if they were to win at Coventry, they would be up, and Leeds would definitely be in the playoffs before they play against Southampton, which is a tough game in itself on the final day for Leeds United. They'll be watching on anxiously.
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. I mean, all these sides that we're talking about now have had absolutely brilliant seasons.
Well, this is the thing. The team that finishes in third is going to have 90 plus points.
Yeah.
And may not go up.
Yeah, yeah.
The ball is with Jaden Philogene, who switched to this near side, the Hull right. Just over 5 minutes of normal time. talkSPORT 2, live at the MKM Stadium, where it's Hull City 2, Ipswich Town 3. Ipswich edging towards automatic promotion. If it stays this way, they'll be 2 points away from a long-awaited return to the top division of English football. 22 years. 2002 was the last time they played in the Premier League.
Yeah, I think before Kieran McKenna came in, I wouldn't imagine they'd have envisaged 2 years like this, Ipswich Town.
Well, Kieran McKenna turned 16 the week that Ipswich last played in the Premier League.
Wow.
Ball is played out to the far side. Hutchinson from the right crosses in. It evades Moore. Delat doesn't clear properly. Travis is getting himself involved to try and keep it alive, using his energy, expending the energy he has. And Allsop wants to get it out of his penalty area as quickly as possible. I think Hull just seem to have lost a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, they have. And, you know, they're trying connecting passes but not going forward. They've got to go forward. They've got to try and get in front of goal if they can.
Sarmiento's won it, but then lost it again to Ohio. Seri to Greaves. We're still inside the Hull City half. All the noise is coming from the away fans, the 2,000 or so. They've got a very long journey home. Some of them will be going to work a few hours later, but they won't care if their team win.
Well, that's a yellow card, but he's not getting one from the sub. Clark on Philogene.
Free kick then. A few yards in from the touchline on this near side. Will be taken by Carvalho. Amber shirts heading forward to try and get the goal. In it goes from Carvalho, deep to the far post. Headed down, pushed away by Hladky. And in! Off the underside of the crossbar by Noah Ohio. He was the hero in midweek when they won at Coventry, and he may well have kept them in playoff contention at the death against Ipswich. Hull City 3, Ipswich Town 3.
Yeah, they just don't deal with the cross from the free kick. Ipswich brilliantly headed back across goal, and it's a difficult chance for Ohio, but it gets right over the ball, keeps it down underneath the bar, and it ricochets into the far corner. It's a great finish from the big man. He's made a difference since he's come on.
The goal scored in the 87th minute. There's still time for another winner here.
Yeah.
Would Ipswich take the lead again for the 4th time? They're coming forward now. Taylor, just outside the area. Tufan is putting him under pressure. It's not over yet. The season's not over yet. Hutchinson cuts inside again from the right. Hutchinson's shot is blocked. My goodness me, he nearly did it again. And now it's Ohio, crossing the halfway line. Burgess uses all his energy to get there first and get it back to Hladky, who'd actually made a good save.
Yeah, he did make a good save. But I mean, you know, you look at the marking, they've got to really be thorough with the marking there at Ipswich. You can see why they concede goals and why they score.
3-3, 2 minutes of normal time, plus stoppages left. Ipswich come forward, just outside the area, central, play to Sarmiento, on the D, looking for movement to get a shot away. Sarmiento shoots, but it's straight down the barrel, straight down the throat as Allsop. The Hull City fans want to get on with it. Allsop pumps it down centre field towards the lap, who slips. The Hull fans, they're crying for everything. And now Ipswich come forward. It's going from one end to the other. Hutchinson, right hand edge of the penalty area, heading towards the dead ball line. Hutchinson shoots towards goal, blocked by the head of Matty Jacob, who was out on the ground.
I don't think he knew too much about that, Matty Jacob. I mean, he slipped. Such is the trickery of Hutchinson. He comes inside on his favourite left foot, and as he slips to the ground, he strikes the ball, and it just ricochets off his head. This game could have finished. He could finish anything.
Do you know what? You almost don't want this season to end.
No.
It's been that good,
yeah.
The championship this season.
Yeah, 6 goals. Brilliant.
And there's more to come. And we've got the playoffs as well. But will Hull City be in the playoffs? This point will certainly help them. Throw in by Clark into the Hull area. That's handball by Cameron Burgess. Hull get a free kick. We're into the last minute of the 90. Hull City 3, Ipswich Town 3. It's been a roller coaster of a game. Ipswich took the lead. Hull equalised. Ipswich restored the lead just before half-time. Hull equalised. Ipswich went ahead again, and Hull have equalised. Is there another goal here? Alsop from the edge of his area. The ball high in the air towards Ohio, who prods it down looking for Carvalho. It goes all the way back to Halaki in the Ipswich goal. He goes straight down centre field. There's no time to mess around with it. Clark infield now, just inside the Ipswich half. Morsley under pressure from Seri. He's won it and then he's had a foul awarded against him, and we are into 6 minutes of added time.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a fantastic game. Great advert for the Championship. This could go either way, like we said. I mean, I know it's an obvious thing to say, but it's so open.
Gladkey clears. Kiefer Moore falls over of his own accord and now gets back on his feet to put pressure on Jacob Greaves. They're tugging at each other, and eventually the referee gives the benefit of the doubt to Greaves, and the two players hug. There's no after there. It could have been.
Yeah, it looked like it was just going to get a little bit nasty at one point, but
they just got a bit tangled, didn't
it? Yeah.
Now the free kick taken quickly. Forward by Jones down the near side, the Hull right. Delap brings it down, tries to immediately dive inside of Cameron Burgess's challenge, but can't. And Ipswich have possession back again. I'll tell you what, if you're an Ipswich fan or a Hull City fan, your pulse must be racing. Clark, Sarmiento into the centre circle. Clark then out wide, but it's not going to reach Hutchinson, but it's been given straight back to Ipswich by Matty Jacob. Hutchinson midway inside the Hull half. Short to Taylor, square to Morsey, 25 to 30 yards out to the D. Hutchinson now, from the right-hand angle, into the area. Taylor turns away, Taylor squares, Greaves clears. Twanzebe tries to head it back in, but Hull will come away with it, but they won't be able to break away, because Luke Wolfenden is there to launch it forward for Ipswich. It's relentless.
Yeah, it's just so open, and it's like both sides have decided that they're not going to defend, they're just going to attack. So much space on the pitch for attacking players to exploit.
4 minutes left of added time. Hull 3, Ipswich 3. It's been a mesmerising contest. Wolfenden crosses the halfway line for Ipswich. Moore turns away from one man but walks straight into Jaden Philogene, and then Ipswich win it back and lose it again. Hull come forward. Delap though, he can't retain the possession either. Nobody can hold on to the ball for any length of time. Sarmiento runs the ball down the touchline on the near side. Away by Hull, only as far as Travis. There's some tired legs out there now.
Yeah, there's a lot of this through mistakes. You know, like you said, both teams are tired. Both teams are trying to go for it. They're almost like boxers on the ropes. You know, where they both slugged it out, and it's really open.
3-3, and just over 3 minutes left.
I tell you what you don't want to do at this point is lose it.
Or go home.
Yeah.
There are people leaving, I can't believe it. Forward down the far side, the Ipswich right. Here's Hutchinson. Is he going to score a hat-trick? He's got in. Right foot shot. Again it's saved. The rebound. Sarmiento's shot is saved. Another shot is blocked. Unbelievable defending. And in the end, Ipswich have got a free kick on the edge of the Hull City penalty area. My goodness me.
Wow, talk about bodies on the line there, Hull City, absolutely brilliant.
3 blocks.
Yeah, I mean, 3 good chances and all that are presented, and just people putting the bodies on the line. It's been such a fantastic advert for the Championship. What a game.
Well, Hutchinson cut in on his right foot this time, got, 10 yards from goal. Allsop saved again. The rebound came out to Sarmiento. I thought he was going to score. It was a brilliant block. I'm not sure who it was. And then Morsey got the ball. His shot was blocked by, I think, Greaves, who was literally laying out on the turf. And now Ipswich have a free kick. It's about 1 or 2 yards outside the penalty area, to the right of the D. It suits the left foot of Amari Hutchinson.
I'm just thinking there, I agree with you, Mike. I mean, if Hull City get anything out of this game, the thanks have got to go to Ryan Allsop, because he's been absolutely magnificent in goal.
2 minutes of added time left. Looking around me, there are some anxious-looking Hull City fans, because Ipswich could win it here. Amari Hutchinson could score a hat-trick here. This is a good position, but he's got to get it up and over. There's a Hull player on the floor. Hutchinson left-footed. He gets it up, he gets it over, but he can't get it down again.
Yeah, he never looked confident, to be honest with you. I think the goalkeeper, Ryan Allsop, got his walls spot on. Made the goal look small, came off his line slightly. Just gave Hutchinson nothing to aim at.
There's time here for another goal for Hull as they clear it from inside their own half. A minute left of injury time. Headed out to the far side, Giles in field. Headed away by Travis to the halfway line for Ipswich. Sarmiento prods it through, but it's behind Kiefer Moore. Greaves goes back to Allsop. He thumps it down the near side. Clark is underneath it for Ipswich. Cushions his header to the feet of Travis. But he gives it straight back to Hull City again. Philogene, Ohio with the first time touch. Now it's with Tufan. 30 seconds left of added time. It's hanging inside the centre circle. Ipswich have it. Sarmiento can't get there. Greaves with an outstretched left leg to Ohio. And eventually all the way back to Hladky. No one's giving it up here. No one's sitting on this. But the time has just about run out. Morsey out wide to the right. Cleared forward. Moore brings it down inside the D. Lovely control. Keeper Moore. He can't get the shot away. Referee's blown up in any case. It's a free kick to Hull, and we're in the 7th minute of added time.
Yeah, good defending by Alfie Jones. Just didn't let the big man field him. Kiefer Moore stepped across him and just pinched it, forced the foul. Good play.
The referee's going to blow his whistle when Ryan Allsop hits this kick, and that is indeed the case. It brings to an end an absolutely enthralling game, and both sets of players are standing with their heads down, hands on haunches, some of them lying flat out on the turf. They both needed a win, really, for very different reasons. But saying that, a point takes Ipswich to within 4 of a Premier League return, and it keeps Hull in the playoff picture. Let me run through what happened in this unbelievable game. Yet another astonishing championship match. Ipswich took the lead after 19 minutes through George Hurst on his return from injury. Hull levelled 5 minutes before the breakthrough. Ozan Tufan, only for Amari Hutchinson to send in the most delicious left foot shot from the edge of the area in added time at the end of the first half. But it only took 11 minutes for substitute Liam Delap to make it 2-2 in the second half. Hutchinson then cut in from the right again to deliver another wonderful left-footed finish to put Ipswich in front for the 3rd time in the game. And then another substitute for Hull. Noah Ohio, who scored the late winner at Coventry in midweek, scored the late equaliser here. And it means that Hull City are now 2 points behind West Brom in that 6th position. They could still catch Norwich City if the goal difference changes. Norwich are not in the playoffs as they thought they were when Ipswich were leading 3-2. As for Ipswich, level on points with Leeds, an inferior goal difference, but a game in hand.
A game in hand, yeah. I mean, what a fantastic game though, Mike. I mean, the only thing I think is a worry for Ipswich is how much that's taken out of their legs. And I think for Kieran McKenna, who were quite sensible when he made his substitutions when he did. I mean, it was an almighty scrap from the minute 1. And probably 3-3, I think a draw was a fair result. You know, if Hull City had come away with nothing, I think there'd have been a bit of an injustice there. But I think Ipswich show the credentials, they've got the ability, they've got the players, they've got the manager to do it, to get promoted. But such is the nature of the Championship, it's just relentless. And it's so difficult to get promoted out of this division. But both sides have given a great account of themselves tonight. Both sets of players can be proud of that performance.
Well, Ryan Allsop should take the man of the match award for Hull City.
Without a shadow of doubt. he almost single-handedly, second half, kept Hull City in the game.
Ohio may have scored the goal. Ipswich's fans are applauding the players who've gone off to the far corner. The Hull City players are working their way around the field. They're hoping this won't be the last home game of the season. The fans will be hoping it's not the last home game of the season. As it stands, this is what it looks like at the top of the Championship. Leicester, 94 points with 2 games to play. They play on Monday night against Preston. They have 94 points from 44 games. Leeds, 90 from 45. Ipswich, 90 from 44. They play Coventry in midweek, their game in hand. Southampton, 84 from 45. Norwich, 73 from 45. West Brom, 72 from 45. And in that one spot outside the playoffs, Hull City, 70 from 45. Hull are going to have to win at Plymouth at the weekend. They're going to have to hope that West Brom or Norwich lose. If it's Norwich that lose, then Hull are going to have to win well and hope Norwich are beaten at Birmingham.
Yeah, I think that would always have probably been in the minds, Hull City, that they'd have to go to Plymouth and get a win. I think they've done themselves proud tonight. I just think from both sides' point of view, they've absolutely sapped themselves tonight of energy. You know, whether that'll have a telling effect or what, I don't know, but you know, they couldn't have given any more for the cause. Brilliant by Ipswich, some absolutely outstanding performances from both sides. And like I said before, an unbelievable advert for the Championship. Brilliant, brilliant football.
What it does mean for Ipswich is that it is going to go to the last day for promotion. So Leeds will still be in the picture come Saturday, but if Ipswich were able to win at Coventry on Tuesday, Leeds would have to win and Ipswich would lose. But look, we could go through all the scenarios now, but it's going to be a phenomenal final day in the Championship.
Well, it is. I mean, the only thing you can say is that if Ipswich do go and get a result at Coventry, it puts a lot of pressure then on Leeds United. Do you know what I mean? It's almost impossible then, you know, because they're going to get. You think they'll get a result the last game of the season, but you know, I think from Hull City's point of view, what a fantastic season. You know, they've gone under the radar a little bit at times. You know, but they've had this fantastic brand of football. But it's got some end product at the end of it now. They look a force. You can see them snooking in there. You know, if the results go their way.
Well, if Ipswich were to lose, say, at Coventry in the week, Leeds and Ipswich would have the same number of points going into the final day.
Yeah.
And Ipswich have got an inferior goal difference at the moment. It's 7. It would be at least 8 if they lost to Coventry.
Yeah. I mean, it's still there in the balance. No two ways about it. I mean, I think they'll rue the goals that they conceded tonight, Ipswich. You know, particularly, you know, the one where they were playing out from the back and they got caught. You know, they're things that are in your own hands. You know, they won't be happy with how they've conceded.
Championship football returns to talkSPORT 2 on Monday night. It's going to be Preston against Leicester, exclusively on talkSPORT 2. We've got Champions League football on Tuesday and Wednesday. Coventry Ipswich in the Championship on talkSPORT 2, an exclusive on Tuesday. And more football for the remainder of what's been a fantastic season, certainly in the Championship. Coming up next on talkSPORT 2, we have live PGA Tour golf action from the 3rd round of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans, so stay with us for that. All I can say now is my thanks to Neil Redfern, who's been with me for this wonderful encounter between Hull City and Ipswich Town. I'm going to say goodnight. It's finished. Hull City 3, Ipswich Town 3.
talkSPORT 2, official broadcast partner of the Premier League and the English Football League. EFL Live on talkSPORT 2 with McDonald's. Bring on the unbeatable strike partnership of McNuggets and dip. Order McDelivery now on the McDonald's app and get tasty reward points delivered too. 18 plus. Rewards account required. Participating restaurants. Subject to availability. Delivery fees and terms apply.
Switch to EE's ultra-reliable full-fiber broadband for only $29.99 a month and pay absolutely nothing up front.
What? Nothing?
Not a thing.
Plus, it stays fast even at peak times.
And it's powered by BT.
Bingo! All on the UK's most reliable broadband technology.
That's epic.
No wonder broadband switchers choose EE. Hurry, offer ends 16th of May.
New customers, 24 months, 43.7% UK availability. Terms apply. Price increases on 31st of March each year by £3 a month.
With Now, you can stream all the drama of the Premier League instantly and without a contract.
Absolutely brilliant.
This Sunday, two of the title contenders are in action as Tottenham take on Arsenal in the North London derby before Nottingham Forest face Man City at the City Ground.
Can you believe it?
Hear all Sky Sports channels for a day or a whole month with a Now Sports membership. Stream the race for the title live this Sunday from 2 p.m. Head to nowtv.com.
18 plus Sky Sports content streamed via internet. Full terms apply.
Calling all savvy shoppers. It's Lidl's pick of the week with juicy discounts of up to 30%. Like a pack of raspberries for just $1.19. A plump aubergines just 65p each. Or a bag of rocket for only 49p. Get these and more offers in store now. Now that's big on quality and always Lidl on price.
Limited offer subject to availability, GB only.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday. So count on us to make sure your summer holiday is worth every penny. With over 50 sunny destinations, an amazing choice of 2 to 5-star hotels, and 22 kilograms of baggage included. Book summer now with just a £60 deposit per person. And spread the cost with flexible monthly payments. Jet2 Holidays. Package holidays you can trust. National protected. Subject to availability conditions.
When Danielle from Southampton sold her car with Motorway, she got more money. She put that extra money towards everything she needed to welcome her first child. Plus, the process was so quick and easy, it was one less thing to think about. Who got more money with Motorway? That's right, Mummy did. Oh yes, she did. Babies love me. Sell your car the more money way, where 84% of sellers sold for more. Motorway. Validated against 2 independent sources. Visit motorway.co.uk/claims.
talkSPORT 2, official broadcast partner of the EFL. Tuesday night, live championship football.
talkSPORT 2, and it's an absolute cracker.
Coventry versus Ipswich.
Preemptive build-up as the bell strikes 7.
Main event from 8 p.m.
Tuesday night on talkSPORT 2. On DAB+, online, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. PGA Golf live on talkSPORT 2.
This is PGA Tour Live right here on talkSPORT to bring you action this evening over the next hour of the Zurich Classic of New Orleans, the team event, the third round. Bring you live coverage from it right here on talkSPORT 2. I'm Will Varney, keeping you across all of the action across the next hour. Currently, really interesting to see what's happening out on the course. Blair and Fishburne at 23 under team events, shooting 60 on the day, but closely followed by List and Norlander, 22 under par, shooting a 62. It's very tight at the top, plenty of big players involved in this team event. We're going to keep you across it, not only tonight, but from tomorrow evening as well, from the earlier time of 6 p.m. It's been a day filled with live football, and now is the time for the golf. So let's head over to our commentary team for the first time this evening.
He's been looking at this for a long time. Here's the stroke down the hill, making the move up at the hole, into the bottom, and a fist pump.
talkSPORT, please.
talkSPORT for News Broadcasting.
They're on their way back to England's second tier. Gareth Bowen into the box, delivering across. Antonio! Could do! Rising highest in between the two centre-backs. Combining with Bowen again. Another headed goal, which is Liverpool's undoing. And that is why they will not win the Premier League. 2-2. It's a goal for Ahmed Hodzic for Sheffield United.
Wolves 2, Luton 1. How much of a blow could this be to Luton's survival prospects?
Breakthrough here at Old Trafford. United lead. It's taken 79 minutes. Anthony the man to score it.
1-1. Palace 1 with 3 minutes to go. Jeff Schlupp scoring just his second goal of the season. Brilliant strike.
Amdouni on his right foot against Onana and sends him the wrong way. A salute to the Burnley fans. They are back level in this game and they are fighting for survival at Old Trafford. Manchester United 1, Burnley 1. Gets it across to Wilson! Who scores for New
save. Into the penalty area is Conor Gallagher, left-footed corner! Conor Gallagher with a magnificent goal to draw Chelsea level. Disasi has scored the winner for Chelsea. Axel Disasi in the 95th minute, and the Chelsea comeback is complete, and the goal is ruled out. It's 2-2, and what incredible drama.
Incredible drama across the day, and actually that's where we started the day live on talkSPORT on Game Day exclusive. The 12:30 kickoff saw West Ham draw 2-2 with Liverpool, but that wasn't even half the story. Before we talk about what happened, let's hear from the Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp. He was asked if his team had been distracted with the talk of his replacement.
Oh, players have to ask. I can't see that. I don't know why. I announced my decision early, that the club has time to make the important decision early as well. Now, I'm not sure it's too early, for me not. I think it's absolutely fine. If it is the solution, I don't know. But time with that is no problem. I don't see that it distracts players. And by the way, it happened when Wednesday, Thursday, whatever, so it would be one game. We have more games where we could have done differently, and it had nothing to do with that situation.
Listen, Mohamed Salah started that game on the bench, got about 12 minutes of football, and then there was quite a heated exchange between the striker and his manager Jurgen Klopp. What did you make of their confrontation, Mickey?
Well, I believe he's walked through the mix zone, hasn't he, Mo Salah, at the end of the game, and said, I can't speak now because I'll something about fire. Yeah, something like that. Look, I mean, I don't know what the relationship's like between Jurgen Klopp and Mo Salah. I believe it must be good. You know, he's been there quite a long time, Salah. And look, that speculation, if we go back to the summer, if a maybe moving to Saudi Arabia, I mean, I don't know how much is in that, whether Mo Salah's actually thinking about going to Saudi Arabia in the summer. You know, he'd be lauded over there, wouldn't he? Absolutely. But Liverpool don't want to let him go. Of course they don't. But I think, you know, little things like that, Jurgen Klopp will try and nip it in the bud if he possibly can, as quick as he possibly can, and just try and keep getting the best out of Mo Salah, because he's a wonderful player, absolutely, and probably irreplaceable at Liverpool. So I think, you know, you don't want to fall out with one of your star players. 100% you want him out there. But there's no smoke without fire, they say.
No, well, Mo Salah's kind of fire. Yeah. I was listening to talkSPORT's Alvin Martin actually talking about this. He was really angry when he spoke to Adrian Durham earlier on Game Day Live and said he was going to ring up Gabby O'Bonnahor and Jamie O'Hara on the Game Day phone-in. I don't know whether he did or not, because I've got to Villa Park by that point, but he was really cross about it, and effectively saying that Mo Salah needed to have a little bit more respect, and actually the person that has changed the fortunes of Liverpool Football Club, much as obviously Mohamed Salah will go down as a legendary player, actually the more important person here is Jurgen Klopp for what he's done for Liverpool.
Yeah, I suppose so. But look, I mean, look, we're talking about because Mo Salah is such a superstar, and I think, you know, the talk since Jurgen Klopp announced that he was going to be leaving the club, you know, we're maybe looking at, you know, what's gone wrong with Liverpool over the last couple of weeks, or certainly the last couple of games. Have they had that dip in form? Well, I think from what I've seen, and I've been to Liverpool, I think it was last month, I covered 2 games on the Thursday and the Sunday, which was Brighton and Sheffield United. It comes down to me, Fayez, they've just missed too many opportunities. Yeah. You know, you have so many chances when you play in that Liverpool team because of the style that they play. And I think it's going to boil down to that, is why they miss out and not winning the Premier League this season. Yeah, and they'll be kicking themselves for it as well. The 3-way title race is most certainly a 2-way title race now. Just to wrap up everything else that happened in the Premier League, Sheffield United's relegation to the Championship has been confirmed after a 5-1 defeat to Newcastle. Manchester United losing their grip on that 6th place slightly. A 1-1 draw to Burnley. Anthony scoring his first Premier League goal this season, but Onana gave away a late penalty in that one. Boost for Burnley, though, in terms of their survival. Luton, though, were beaten 2-1 by Wolverhampton Wanderers, who end a 6-game winless run. Everton have secured their safety with a 1-0 win over Brentford. Elsewhere, it doesn't necessarily matter, this one. Fulham won, Crystal Palace won, although every game matters if it's your team, doesn't it? But in terms of the title race and relegation, not so much. But Palace are now 4 games unbeaten in the league under
Oliver Glasner. Right, we have a lot more to get through because we're going to look ahead to a huge day in the title race and push for Champions League football tomorrow and preview the North London derby between Tottenham and Arsenal.
Game day exclusive on talkSPORT with Enterprise Rent-A-Car. Rent from the best lineup in the UK. Enterprise has 450 branches with all the vehicles your business needs.
We all fantasize about our perfect home. Watching the big game cozied up in the snug. Balmy summer nights with the kids playing on the lawn.
We're playing Real Life Football!
But come on, this isn't real. Listen, if you're serious about making your fantasy a reality, find out what your home is worth instantly with a free online valuation estimate. Get real about moving. Get on the market. Most common time to obtain an online quote between 1st of June 2022 and 30th of September 2022 is under 3 minutes. Excludes Northern Ireland.
Uno is now available in McDonald's Happy Meal. So let's see who can shout Uno first.
Bring it on.
Yes, yes. Ooh, no! A wild card! Right, yes, back in the game. Yes! Ooh, no! Draw one card.
Uno! Better luck next time.
Have fun with your Uno cards. Does that one count?
Nope.
Oh. Some fun, some food, it's all inside this Happy Meal. Until 7th of May from 11 AM. Includes one restricted football toy. Uno range comprises toys only, while stocks last.
When the kids eat us out of house and home, we just eat groceries from Sainsbury's.
Yeah, shopping's here! Get on! Get on! Let's see the lunch!
When do they leave home?
Get Sainsbury's, Asda and Co-op delivered for free. For groceries and everything else.
Did somebody say just please?
Participating stores, a minimum spend applies. Other charges apply, subject to availability. See justeat.co.uk for details.
In sport, what's just as important as the goals, the glory, the roar of the crowd? This is the half-time break. Time for a breather, a reset, to keep everything on track. In sports betting, Betfair's safer gambling tools help you do that too. Like timeouts, so you take that all-important half-time break. Or deposit limits, to help you keep count. Manage your play at safergambling.betfair.com. Simple ways to stay on top of your game with Betfair.
18+ begambleaware.org.
Don't break your stride. Get to Screwfix for the latest offers on the brands you love. Like the next generation, more powerful, more compact Milwaukee 18-volt twin pack. It's new and exclusive to Screwfix at just $249.99. And get those lawns in order with the Titan grass trimmer, now only $49.99, a saving of £10. Shop now, on the app at screwfix.com or in-store. Delivery fees may apply. Prices valid until release 6th of May, subject to availability. See screwfix.com for full T's and C's.
Who are you going for in the racing today? The favourite. And tomorrow? The favourite. And the next day? The favourite. The Sun's horse racing pull-out, The Favourite, is now in the paper 7 days a week. Yes, that's right, every single day. Bringing you even more top tips, more form guides, more race cards, and all the colours and silks. Get your favourite pull-out every day in the Sun, the home of racing.
Feel the passion and the pride of the Premier League.
Oh, it's a stunning goal!
Game day exclusive
on talkSPORT.
This is game night exclusive on talkSPORT. Faker Others and Mickey Quinn absolutely frozen solid here at Villa Park after Chelsea came from 2 goals down to earn a point in a 2-all draw. And of course that holds a little bit of importance for Tottenham Hotspur, who entertain their North London rivals Arsenal at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium tomorrow in a massive North London derby, because Tottenham have 3 games in hand over Aston Villa, who are 7 points ahead of Spurs. A win is going to pile the pressure onto Villa in that bid for Champions League football next season, which looked all but done and dusted in the first half of this game here, but now becomes very, very important. However, here is the caveat. Tottenham Hotspur are a little bit Chelsea at times. You just don't know what you're going to get at the moment, and they're coming into this game off the back of a 4-0 defeat to Newcastle, and of course Arsenal last week had that 5-0 win over Chelsea. How, Mickey Gray, is this one going to go?
What? Thanks, mate. Look, I mean, the incentive there for both sides, isn't there? I mean, Tottenham chasing down the top 4 Champions League football, and Arsenal. It's got that feel for me, in an Arsenal perspective, is they've got to win it, or I think they're putting the trophy into Man City's hands. And I think that pressure will just urge them on that little bit much more. I mean, I think they've been fantastic this season, Arsenal, I really do. They won at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, I think, last season 2-0. They would love to play the result. And you're right, what Tottenham are going to turn up. I mean, it's going to be such a brilliant game to watch. I think everybody's going to be glued to it, aren't they? I mean, it's going to be an absolute cracker, there's no doubt about it. But try and pick a winner.
Well, Arsenal need to be the winner if they want to stay in the hunt for the Premier League trophy. Everybody is talking about the fact it's Manchester City's now to lose, really, which is exactly it. They play Nottingham Forest at the City Ground later on in the afternoon. Arsenal most definitely need to pile the pressure onto City on that one, with Forest obviously fighting for survival. But Mikel Arteta's side, we've seen them drop points. They're going to be desperate not to do it against their bitter rivals.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I talked about having Arsenal having the feel of needing to win this game. I don't think they can drop a point now.
No.
I really don't, because we know how Man City finish off seasons. They've done it time and time again. They're searching for 4 in a row, which would be absolutely incredible. It really would. But I think there's something different about this Arsenal team. They've got that little bit of nastiness about them this season, if you like, which is why they're at the top of the table. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, this is a huge game, no doubt about it. But, they're not playing a side who are mid-table, who haven't got anything to play for. In Tottenham, they're chasing that 4th spot. So that's why it's just on a knife edge. Keep saying it, try and pick a winner in this game. It's difficult.
And of course it was Aston Villa who upset Arsenal's title charge and handed the impetus to Manchester City after Villa beat them 2-0 at the Emirates just a couple of weeks ago. I mean, this is just the most scintillating title race. It is just down to the 2 of them now, with Liverpool definitely out of it, you would say. I mean, there's got to be some kind of collapse from both Arsenal and Manchester City for Liverpool to have a sniff of the title now. But a point separating the 2, but Manchester City have that crucial game in hand.
Yeah, they do. And again, Faye, I mean, where are Man City going to slip up? I think when there was about 11 games left of the season, 10, 11 games left, he looked at the run-in, and Arsenal had some difficult fixtures. One of them was Aston Villa, wasn't it? And you looked at them playing against Tottenham as well, and you're thinking, well, if they can get over the line in those games, they've got a heck of a chance of winning the Premier League. Whereas you looked at City's fixture list, it looked a little bit more simpler on paper. I know it doesn't work that way, but when you've been there and you've done it and you've stood the test of time and picked up the Premier League trophy, those games come a little bit easier to you. They'll be feeling the nerves, Arsenal, there's no question of that.
Richarlison back for Spurs will be a big boost for Ange Postecoglou as well, and they'll still believe that they can get Champions League football.
Oh, 100%, absolutely. I mean, they're great on the eye, there's no doubt about it. I think since Ange Postecoglou went into Tottenham, it's a different style of football. I think the Tottenham supporters absolutely love him, and I think he's a joy to play under, isn't he? Them Tottenham players have certainly enjoyed their football. And again, it's a massive occasion for them. I don't know if Richarlison will start the game. I think it'll probably be Johnson's son and Maddison. I think they'll be up there as well. But
I mean, that's all right.
Yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, there's so much quality on show, isn't there? I mean, it's going to be a great watch.
Yeah, it really is. I'm really looking forward to it. This has been a great watch here at Villa Park as well. It's been great to have your company, Mickey. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
We need to find a heater, don't we? Honestly, I can't tell you how cold it has been here at Villa Park. Hate talking about the weather on the radio, but oh my goodness me, we are frozen solid. It's been lovely to have your company. It's warmed us for sure. It's been an absolute cracker of a game here at Villa Park. It finished Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 2. Coming up next here on talkSPORT, Fight Night with Adam Cattrall and Gareth Davis.
Into the penalty area with Conor Gallagher, left-footed corner! Conor Gallagher with a magnificent goal to draw Chelsea level. Aston Villa 2, Chelsea 2. Chelsea deserve it.
That's a super strike to get themselves back on level terms. Absolutely fantastic.
But now Chelsea want to win it. Badiashile at the back post. Can he bring it away to Diego Carlos? He's hooked it back in. Disasi has scored the winner for Chelsea.
Well, sometimes in football you just can't believe your eyes at times. I think the Aston Villa players were waiting for a foul. It looked like Diego Carlos was waiting for the referee to blow his whistle. So
VAR checking it, Mickey. Possible foul, and the Chelsea players throw up their arms into the air. They're fuming, and the goal is ruled out. It's 2-2, and the Chelsea fans disbelieving and desperately disappointed.
From Mauricio Pochettino, he's absolutely seething.
Chelsea thought they'd won it. It's Luca Digne with the left-footed corner. Duran onto the roof of the This is 2-2 here. It's been a par.
Here they are, the racing lovers of the UK, phone in hand, ready to play the Coral Reward Shake-Up. Look at them shake. We've got the regulars at the racecourse shaking their phone with confidence. And look, they've won a free bet. Parents on a day out just happy to be here. They've got it too. An odds booster for them. Lovely stuff. Everyone's a winner. Play Coral's free reward Shake-Up to win guaranteed daily rewards and offers. Coral, we're here for it.
18 plus UK. Max one reward or offer per player per day. Reward restrictions, requirements and T's and C's apply. Take time to think.
With Now you can stream all the drama of the Premier League instantly and without a contract.
Absolutely brilliant.
This Sunday, two of the title contenders are in action as Tottenham take on Arsenal in the North London derby before Nottingham Forest face Man City at the City Ground. Get all Sky Sports channels for a day or a whole month with a Now Sports membership. Stream the race for the title live this Sunday from 2 p.m. Head to nowtv.com.
18 plus Sky Sports content streamed via internet. Full terms apply.
Bally Casino has arrived. The American gaming experience is now in the UK. But when it's time to take a break, Bally Casino also has a range of tools to help you stay in control. You can set deposit limits, get session reminders, and cool off for regular breaks. With these tools, you can stay in control, manage gameplay, and play responsibly on Bally. 18 plus. Play responsibly. BeGambleAware.org.
Search Kayak for great deals on flight. Wait, that doesn't say flight. Search Kayak for great deals on car hire. With Kayak, you can compare hundreds of car rental sites to find great deals. Even better, you see costs up front. And if it's flexibility you're after, Kayak's got a handy free cancellation filter. Lovely stuff. So next time you're searching for car hire, at home or for your holes, search Kayak and go see for yourself.
McDonald's are making small improvements to our classic burgers, sealing our 100% British and Irish beef patties so they're even juicier. And we're serving them hotter for meltier cheese, all in new toastier buns. The classics, now a little more Comparison with prior classic burgers, served after 11 a.m. subject to availability.
Este es un anuncio de radio de Hiscox Business Insurance que pretende mostrarle ciertos riesgos y peligros de los que Hiscox Business Insurance puede ayudarle a protegerse. If your business gets blamed by a client for a mistake, like accidentally recording the radio ad in the wrong language, Hiscox could help protect you. The story of your business, underwritten by Hiscox Business Insurance, subject to already holding a relevant Hiscox policy and subject to policy eligibility terms and conditions.
Take the next left for talkSPORT Bet Broadcast Boost. In 200 yards, you will arrive at this Sunday's odds. Tottenham versus Arsenal, Havertz and Son both to score. Current price 23-4. Broadcast boosted price 7-1. You have reached your destination. You'd be lost without me, wouldn't you, Dave?
You what? For this another road to glory odds, visit talksportbet.com. Get you home broadcaster. Bring it on, booking.
Terms and conditions apply. 18 plus gambleaware.org.
This is it. The time has come.
Get in the ring and go the distance with Fight Night. With Adam Catterall and Gareth A. Davies.
You're better than that.
On talkSPORT, the home of boxing.
Look at this. The band are finally back together. Yes, we've been hot-footing around the world, but we've managed to get ourselves back in the studio on a Saturday night, fight night, and it is action-packed from start to finish. Make sure you're with myself, Adam Catterall, and Gareth A. Davies till the close of play, because we will be reflecting on last weekend's action between Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. We'll be looking ahead towards the return of Canelo Alvarez next weekend for Cinco de Mayo against Jaime Munguia. Anthony Joshua is going to be on the show as well, and hopefully we'll be chatting to Eddie Hearn after the conclusion in Liverpool. We've also got a studio guest to introduce you to in a moment or two. If you want to get involved with the programme, you can. 03717 22 33 44. It's 5-9 on talkSPORT.
Alexa, stop.